Hi, everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Andromeda Adventures for the Endara Second Age campaign. We are joined once again by all of our favorite players Nick, James, David, Evan, and last but not least, Kovac. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. Uh, so, don't think there's really any announcements tonight to get through. We do have our new overlay. There's still going to be some changes coming soon. Hope you guys enjoy. And I know we have room to move around.
It's
Uh,
wild.
and it's kind of roomy in here now. We got some space. Uh, thank you, James. All right. So with that, let's go into our intro video. All right. For tonight, Garth, can you please recap what happened last time on Andara?
I think. Let
You think?
me.
Do
I
your
think I
best. Do your
can.
best. I think you got it.
A lot happened last time. Um. So we woke up in the dragon's lair. We kind of talked a little bit and decided to keep heading west. I know that winery has to be here somewhere. Don't know where, but I find it though. We're in. We ended up in wolf territory, which is very bad. But through my expert guidance, we navigated the outskirts and kept a respectful distance. We had some discussions while we were traveling, and Adish decided he would help me learn to read. Orcish, that is, because it's the best language there is. We found a camp. Eventually, we set up shop at a little place, kind of near like some water and be easy to defend if should we need. Um, During someone's watch, I think it was Restor and Hadrian, they heard some voices like yelling for help from the wolf territory. So they woke us up and were like, "Hey, we're gonna go help people." And we're like, me and Ash were like, "That's dumb because they're in the wolf territory. We'll all die." But they were hell bent on going, so I'm not just gonna let them go alone. So we went there, and there was a camp that was attacked by Gilles de Rais and his goons. What are they called? Inquisitors, I think. I can't remember. They're not important. They attacked the camp and they killed innocent people during the fight with Godric. Which, if Godric and Jill are going to have this big pissing match, why get the innocent people involved? Like, just do it between yourselves. There was away from the camp like a 50-foot radius explosion or something. Whatever Magna was on about, I don't even know what that means. Um, we went back to our camp for a little while, and Hadrian and Westora had sort of a moment where they realized that Hadrian was the other person of the ritual, and it went really bad. I don't really quite understand. Hadrian did punch me twice at separate times, and I'm a bit miffed about that. And Edis was as well. And then me, Hadrian, and Edis got a little tizzy, a little fight that ended when Hadrian punched Restora. I don't know if he meant to. He may have. Maybe how he shows love or something. I don't know. But I was a little upset, so I went to bed, and that's about it.
All right. Yes. Last we left off, you guys were sitting there taking your various watches, and we are going to start with Addis and Magnar. You guys are taking the first watch this evening. Is there anything you two would like to chat about amongst each other after such a difficult evening? All right. If you guys have nothing, no
Go on.
chats.
I don't think so. Just a bit stunned.
Just sort of.
Yeah. And,
Yeah, all right for a bit of peace and quiet, I think.
All
yeah.
right. You guys have a quiet watch. Make perception checks for me.
I was about to roll and I realized no, it's the people on watch making perception checks.
Yes.
15.
All right.
1 second, sorry. Ten.
So, Magnar, you're a bit distracted and don't really notice, but Addis, you do occasionally spot a couple of the wolves kind of scouting and keep an eye on the camp, sort of pacing in a circle. Make a animal handling check for me, Addis.
Would it be animal handling or could I do nature?
I would say nature at disadvantage.
Hmm. I will risk that. For a 19.
All right. So you don't get the impression that they are being aggressive at this point, or necessarily looking. You kind of, while you're watching, you can see that they're kind of assessing how easy of prey you are, and kind of looking at, noticing the rather big giant in the camp and the fire and the numbers. They eventually, you get the impression that they decide it's not easy enough of a target and fade back into the forest. Um, but other than that, your guys' watch is slow, peaceful as you enjoy the cool night air, the nice summer crisp forest evening. You can see some of the stars shining through. It goes well.
So
As you,
a nights and days back to sort of a normal
yeah, there's
sort of
only
length,
5 days of calibration. Um,
and then it snaps back to.
yes.
Got it.
Next, Westora and Garth. You guys take second watch and have the evening to yourselves. Westora feeling fully refreshed and rested. Is there anything you two would like to say to each other?
I mean, I would like to say something. Would you like to say something, Mistora?
Feel free to start.
All right. I mean, Garth was sitting by the fire. Just
The crackle and pop of the
he
fire.
will look over to Mistora and ask, what do you think of Hadrian?
I think he's very confused.
Aren't we all?
Yes, but I think him especially. I'm confused in my own situation. He doesn't understand himself at all, and I think that causes conflict and issues.
Does that give him the right to just punch me?
It doesn't. It doesn't.
Twice, I might add.
Yes, but you have to ask yourself when something like that happens, how do you wish to respond? You could punch him back, but does that change anything?
It might. You don't know until you try.
Well, I just think that our best solution is to figure out exactly what happened to Hadrian. He doesn't know. We don't know. And until we know, he's going to continue acting like this.
I suppose I'll hear him out in the morning.
I don't know if he'll have any answers for you.
Maybe at least an apology would be nice.
He should apologize. That is without a doubt. Um, I think I think it's true. He's acting rashly and impulsively, and he never should have hit you. You've been the most kind friend he's had, and to punch you is you're the person who deserved it the least.
And he punched my bear.
Well, and Barry hurt nobody.
Right, he never hurt anybody. He would
Oh.
unless I told him to. Then he would.
I reach over to see if Barry wants me to give him a belly rub.
He kind of rolls over, puts his paws up, kind of kicks a little bit with his back legs.
Give him a bit of a belly rub.
Yeah, he likes a belly rub.
Who doesn't? That is not an invitation.
Oh, no, I wouldn't. Don't worry. Just for Barry, he would get insanely jealous.
Yeah, and Wistar is obviously she's smiling. This is all. She's just. It's all a joke. But no, it's it may not be a problem to ask nicely, mind you, for Hadrian to give you an apology.
Of course,
if he doesn't do it himself.
And if he doesn't, I threaten him. Yeah.
I don't know if that would get you anywhere.
You don't think I could kick his ass?
Well, I never said that. But is that what you want to do?
I wouldn't want to, but if I had to.
Had to for what? What purpose?
For an apology.
Do you need an apology that badly? Is it that
From
important
him?
to you?
Yes.
Tell
I'm
him.
Quite pissed off.
Yeah.
I think Alice is too.
Well, I think you both deserve an apology. That's without doubt.
Just if you could try to not let me punch him if I get a little more angry.
I'll try, but I'm not exactly the best. You saw my previous solution to preventing a punch, which was to take it myself.
You seem to be able to talk Hadrian out of his bullshit, whatever he's in.
Sometimes. It's hard. It's just that I think Hadrian is of two people right now, if that makes sense. We've seen it. Like, his mood changes. He becomes incredibly focused. He becomes very angry. And some people can seem like two people when they get angry, seem like a different person when they get angry, and lose control. But, and I think that's what Hadrian's like right now. There's the Hadrian when he's not angry, when he's in control. And then there's a Hadrian where he gets angry and he gets overwhelmed, I think, and lashes out.
Okay. That makes sense. I think.
Have you ever gotten angry at somebody, hit them, and then regretted it because you knew that wasn't the type of person you normally are?
Yeah, I suppose I have.
I think that's what Hadrian's going through, but 1,000 times worse.
1,000. How much more than
a lot?
Is
it's a lot. It's a lot. It's 10 times worse. Is that
times.
Easier?
Oh no.
It's a lot worse. You don't need a number. Don't do the math. It's just a lot. It's just a lot worse.
All right. It's a lot.
That's all you really need to know.
Okay. I get that. That makes sense. The numbers are hard for me.
Everyone is different.
I just really never learned much numbers.
That's okay. Why would you have needed to?
Right. You understand. You're like the only person besides Addis that understands that.
I think more people might understand it than most. I think Magnar's just too obsessed with his own goals and his own mind, his own experience. I don't think he's a very sympathetic person, which is the only reason he hasn't spoken out. But I think he understands.
Okay. I hope. I don't want to have a problem with Magnar. He seems like he's fun. He's fun to be around.
He's a great guy.
Yeah.
All right.
He's a little irascible.
Yeah, he
Saying
does
that,
seem to
right?
get a little bit angry easy.
Well, I think he's in a very frustrating situation, as we all are.
Yeah, that makes sense. He's got to travel around with us.
Yes. Yes.
And Hadrian as well.
As you guys finish up your watch, Garth, you head back to sleep, having to wake Hadrian up. Hadrian, you prepare for the last bit of the watch with Westora. It's just a little bit of color begins to peek above the horizon through the trees. The cold settling in of the morning air. A little bit of dew starting to form on the different bits of grass and dirt. A little bit of what's left of the fire crackling, its embers glowing, providing just enough warmth to offset the cooler morning air as you and Westora sit around the fire. Is there anything the two of you would like to say?
Just gonna stand up, pull out the sword, and start sort of going through codas with it, practicing forms, kind of in my own head for a bit. But of course, I'm aware of the world around me. Mr. wishes to speak, but he's and
Looks like it's going to be a beautiful day.
eye of the beholder and all that.
Well, I mean, you can always just change your perspective.
We don't all have the capacity to change our seasonal perspective at a whim. Restore fresh snow.
Well, but everyone is capable of changing. It's just
I
a
would like
matter
to
of
do that.
maybe a difference of effort. But if that's what somebody really wants, that is something they can do. Regardless, still looks like a beautiful morning.
All right. As you guys finish your watch out for the morning and everyone begins to wake up, you prepare your day's rations, a little bit of food, water that you have. And it's an easy morning. I know a couple of you had expressed that you had wanted to talk this morning.
Yeah, I mean, once everyone is up, I will put the blade down and just go sit at the campfire and look towards Garth and Addis in particular, but everyone just listen. I'm sorry. I really don't. When I say I don't know what came over me, I say it quite literally. I keep having these flashes of something that is really painful, and it's hard for me to say why or exactly what it is, and sometimes it makes me want to cry, and sometimes it makes me want to scream. Sometimes it makes me want to hit the nearest thing near me in like mindless anger, which is what happened yesterday, and sometimes it makes me want to I guess if I get really far into it, it makes me want to kill everything nearby. Which is more, yeah.
Next time, the thing you want to hit, make sure it's not me.
Well, or any of us, to be fair.
Have
like-
you tried rocks? I find punching rocks is quite therapeutic.
Yeah, but you got pissed off at me when I tried to punch you yesterday. Like, I don't know what you're sending a mixed message.
Not
here.
living
This-
rocks. Like
Oh, okay. Sorry.
regular rocks.
Yeah.
Smiling a little bit, but I the thing is, I didn't want to punch you, Cop, or you, Addis. When I looked at you, I just saw these massive dragons or this figure in plate armor, or just anyone but you. I didn't see you. I saw other people. I wasn't here. I was there, and I just.
I would say that every time you said "fuck off, Magnar," you were very clearly seeing me.
Yeah, you break through somehow. I'm not quite sure.
Is it
It
the
might
height?
just be your rosy demeanor. No, I don't know what it is. You might be special.
I think.
It
Do you
might
know
also be that I
anyone
recognize his voice, but
as short as him? Because I don't.
do I know anyone as short as him? I probably met a halfling or two. Yeah, I've met some people, but not like no. That's what you're saying, sir.
He's much
Not like
much smaller
no,
than some pixies.
no, for sure. I
Can
don't
we
know
stop it
anybody
with
as
the
short
height
as him.
discussions, please? Not everything, you know.
I know. Clearly, it's not. I just wanted to say I'm sorry. I also know I don't have any right to lecture on whether you understand my pain or my grief, because I don't fucking understand it, right? Like I don't know what I'm remembering. I just remember it and it hurts, and it's just fucking a lot. I can't. I just 3 or 4 days ago, well, 5, I suppose. I don't know. Time would be wobbly, but I met all of you, and when I met all of you, I thought I had a mother that I had this whole
I've
I had a
known
past
you
in my
longer
head.
than 5 days.
No, I met all of you, not excluding you.
It's
because I met
been
you before,
close to
Garth.
10 days since all of you have met.
Okay, well, I would assume that I would know that. Nick didn't remember exactly how many days it had been. But fine, Hadrian doesn't know. Yeah, 5 days, 10 days, 20 days, whatever. It's all the same fucking thing. But time moves slowly or fast when you're as old as I am.
Well, you do keep blanking out and missing bits.
That's
What?
true.
Well, I don't know. You seem to be elsewhere for part of it, so.
Huh? I'm kidding. No, the point is, I'm whatever this tower and this war and this angel and this Godric or whatever are. I feel like I know them, but I'm still dealing with them for the first time, and I don't fucking know how to keep it all in my head at once. It feels like my mind is about to explode, and I will try my best. If it does, I don't scatter brain matter and blood all over you. Or punch you.
Or kill us.
Addis, as they're having this conversation and you're sitting around in camp, will you make a charisma saving throw for me?
Sure.
Oh.
This is the
It's
worst.
not even one of the main 3 saving throws. I had to go for one of the
and that's
secondary.
also the one I'm
saving
worst
throws.
at, which is a hot old 10.
10. As you're sitting there, you're trying to pack up your tent, and it snaps and flings and smacks you in the face. And as you kind of walk over and sit down, a bird poops on your shoulder.
The fuck, bird.
Make an intelligence save.
Uh-oh.
It's got to
God
be
damn
something,
it.
because I don't know why a charisma save would lead to a bird jumping on you.
Nope.
Was pretending not to be a rock.
So you go to get your food from the
Ah,
tent and slip, and the pan flips and the food goes everywhere and spoil your morning ration.
If I find that bird, I will eat that fucking bird.
You guys are watching
He started,
as a
They're trying to
series
gather the
of
food up.
small misfortunes seem to begin to befall Addis on this morning.
You're right there, Addis.
Yeah, I
It's
just
trauma right there.
I spilled some food and I had a bird shit on me. I'm gonna go to that little stream to wash myself off.
Right.
Probably
Probably best
good
not swim.
I won't. And Addis is gonna sort of start walking off towards the
All
stream.
right. You walk off and make your way to the stream. You make a dex save for me.
Here we go.
did you get cursed? Is there a curse that we
I'm beginning to think Addis has pissed off the goddess of fate at this point in time.
You go and almost stumble and fall into the water and kind of catch yourself. And you really feel like something is just out to get you today and cannot figure out why. As though you forgot something that you usually do.
I
You
know what
wash
it is.
off.
I know what you forgot.
Alice doesn't remember.
The rest of you are at camp. Did you finish packing?
It was a clear omission. Now that I think about it,
You return to camp, Addis. Again, struggling as another bird happens to poop on you.
Would it make sense
That's the same fucking bird.
for me in character to give him a hint to see?
Make an insight or an intelligence save. See if you start to pick up.
If I've noticed that he didn't do it. Yeah. Insight. All right. But no, Wistara's too busy with her own stuff.
And Addis, for the rest of the day, seemingly random misfortunes continue to affect you. Tripping
I stay far away
things,
from Addis.
getting hit by branches. A little bit of clumsiness
I
here and
swear
there.
that bird is fucking following me, guys. that is. It's a spy. It's
Do you want me to
Jill,
shoot
the
the
spy?
bird?
Like throws
Yeah.
like a javelin at it.
Do you throw your javelin?
Yeah.
Okay, make it to hit roll.
You're gonna kill some poor
And
innocent
make it a
person.
disadvantage.
Oh, no.
That's true. Yeah.
Natural one.
You see. Was it
Throw it backwards.
Eric Idle?
So you go,
This
you
is what you
throw
said?
your spear, and it hits a tree, bounces off, and snaps as it hits a rock. Just
God
At least
damn
didn't
it.
throw it backwards.
That is true.
So anyway, we're still
Yeah,
planning
Hadrian
on
is
heading.
just staying very far away from Addis.
Yeah.
We're still planning on going westward, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
to the shore, I think.
Oh,
I think
well,
so.
I mean,
Winery on the way.
yeah, we're sure that's where we're going to go, right?
Make sure
Like
Addis doesn't have anything to drink. He's
like
steady enough as he is.
that coin thing that Addis did the other night. That didn't just like the camp wasn't the destination, was it?
I don't think so.
don't-
I don't know. Which way did they fall last night, Addis?
I'm gonna make a history check to see if Alice remembers that.
Oh,
fuck! That would explain things. I'm gonna do that now, guys. Like, just stop.
Yeah, just take your time. We don't have anywhere to be.
Addis like sits down and starts like immediately
Oh my
like
laying out
he's
the
gonna
laying
double-
out
he's
the
gonna-
coin.
you're in such a rush though. You screw it up.
Make,
and now
make a
you're
religion
like
check
it's worse.
for me.
I
At
Addis is
advantage.
also
You're
gonna
used to doing this. You're used to
Yeah.
doing this, but you are a little accident prone and nervous as you're going about.
24. I'm doubling it as well, so I'm doing up to 6 gold,
Okay.
where it's normally 3 per stack. Yeah.
As you're sitting there trying to stack them, the coins keep falling west and knocking over. You can't seem to keep them stacked up, like your hands are shaking and they're kind of knocking over. But you notice that when you finish the ritual, 6 of the gold is missing.
I need
Those
to
are
do that
really-
more often. And
Punctual fucking god right there.
A very greedy one.
Did it just take some?
it's
You know, Addis, this might be an argument for like, I don't know what the word atheism would be in this world, but like, if the gods are that pissed that you didn't do a ritual, I don't think I've been punished for never doing that ritual. So like, maybe, well, punished in other ways, perhaps.
I mean, I know like monthly you have to pay a tithe, but a daily tithe or a bird shit on you is quite extreme.
At least it's only
I
a
mean-
bird shitting on you.
Maybe that
Yeah,
should be the
that's
motto
fair.
of the 12: a daily tithe or a bird will shit on you.
Then again, everybody would do it. Nobody wants to get shot on by a bird every day.
Addis, with that
We don't
religion
kink shame,
check,
Restorer.
kind of doing the ritual, you would kind of pick up that in your past, gold has never really disappeared. It's been on these nights that the coins have been falling that the coins have disappeared and vanished. And you start to kind of piece together that Midas might be offering you some sort of guidance, but nothing comes for free, and you failed to pay.
Okay. Yeah. I I think it might be a sort of I guess I'm being taxed for service sort of thing. We're being led in this direction for some sort of reason. So I guess there's some sort of cost to it as well.
Led by who?
I assumed it was Fate, Sophitia, but it might actually be Midas.
Midas. Yep. No, I know who that is. Yep.
Commerce.
What?
God of
Did you
commerce.
insult me?
No. God of money in Chinese.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Trade. He means trade.
Trade.
I don't think
Okay.
this guys know what trade means.
Yeah, I know what trading is.
Okay.
I've done quite a bit of trading in my time.
Oh,
You've
really?
also
Quite
done
good at it.
commerce. You might not have known it, but you've done quite a bit of commerce too.
Have I?
Yep.
If Goth has 3 barrels of ale and Barry is next to him, how many barrels of ale does Goth have left in 5 minutes?
Ah.
0.
5 minutes, usually 1 at that point, and he's.
Oh,
getting
really?
into
Is it
that
1? Is it?
He's
Okay,
usually
see,
getting
there
into
you
that.
go.
So he
That's
does
trade.
he does know math. It's just a different type.
You just have to put it in terms he understands, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of which, Garth, I had been writing up an alphabet thing for you, and Addis is going to pull out some like notes and things. Be like, you want to learn Orcish? I figured the easiest way to teach you would basically be to show you the letters and then put how you would sound it out. So if you can see that, that's ah.
As,
You get
as
the.
in-
Yeah.
I will say, as we travel, sorry.
Okay, if you need any help, just ask. And there's a little sentence here under as well, so you can practice trying to learn that and speak it in Orcish.
I will try my best.
All right.
And as we travel, and our group sets upon its merry trail with this merry band towards many places, both new and old, Hadriel will continue to try and educate Magnar in the nuances and beauty of the primordial language. And I'm assuming he shall fail spectacularly, but he shall continue nonetheless to strive for the impossible. To reach
Magnar, make a
to
wisdom save for me.
that are flowery and gorgeous.
15.
Again, the floweriness of the language is just really frustrating, but you are picking it up. It wears on your patience, but you are suffering through it for the sake of learning more secrets of the ancient times. And as you guys,
Many of our children did, reading the romance of Roman and Juliana. Oh, such faces they made in young grades. What?
as you guys set out for your travels for the day, or for a few days, who is leading and where are you going?
I will be leading, I think. Me and Barry.
And Addis will be giving help as usual.
All right. And
Are you
continuing westward towards
Are you
the
s-
elusive winery, correct?
Yes. And maybe that village. But winery first.
Hoping
I just-
that you have no idea where it is, but you know it's west,
Right.
so.
It's somewhere out here, I swear, guys. I've heard it's really good.
All right.
Oh.
Will you make a survival check for me?
At advantage because that is helping.
Yep.
you? All right. Survival check. At advantage. 17.
Again, you guys have a few days of travel as you're marching ever westward through the woods. Takes you guys about 3 days before you begin to smell the salt of the ocean air, hearing the crashing of waves. And as you guys slowly approach kind of through the woods to the edge of some of the rocky bits of small cliff and cove that line the beach, make nature checks, everybody.
Nature.
That's a 10.
15.
All right.
That's 11
That's an 8.
or 10.
Sora is
That's a
important
16.
person.
Hey, Adrian.
So, Hadrian and Addis, you notice that despite that you can hear faint bird song, the sounds of a chirping bird from somewhere nearby, and the faint hum and chipper, sort of sorrowful bird song that fills the air, there are no birds around. The sky is seemingly devoid, unusually so. None in the trees or on the shoals, no seagulls, calm, still air, unnerving in its unusualness. And yet, that song just faintly carries to your ears. It seems to be coming from the beach itself. From
That
something
bird,
on
that
the
fucking
beach.
bird is haunting me.
No, I was gonna say Hadrian's gonna start humming along and just say, Addis, I think that bird might be following you. We should go kill it. Towards the beach.
Does anyone else hear the weird birds?
You guys can hear the bird song. The chirping.
But there's no
doesn't seem
birds around.
unusual.
Just birds.
Don't know. Don't they always do that?
Yeah, it's
No,
kind
there's
of
a there's a
forested.
lack of birds.
Yeah, there's no birds, but there's chirping. That's what we're saying.
Maybe they're invisible.
That's
Birds
Well,
love
usually you
magic.
don't see birds. They're pretty good at hiding.
Wouldn't it make more sense that there's just something making bird noises instead
Well,
of the birds?
Would
Perhaps.
I know if anything makes bird noises besides birds?
Not that
Hadrian makes a bird noise.
I've heard foxes kind of sound like birds.
I mean, you guys could look around, see if you can
What?
find where it's
What
coming
does
from.
the fox say?
Cheap?
I'm gonna go investigate, see what I can find towards
Yeah.
the beach.
Make an investigation.
$15.
So as you are kind of approaching the beach, you guys have had several days. You're feeling well rested. You are kind of in the 6th hour of travel for the day, so you are starting to get a little tired. But kind of looking around, you notice the bird song seems to be coming from a few of these scattered seashells laying across the beach. Sounds like something is coming from them. And she kind of reached down and sort of cautiously check, kind of curious as to why. You can see inside this shell a little shadowed bird head kind of hiding inside the seashell, shivering and shaking. And it's faint. You start to notice that the song sounds almost like speech, that it's just too quiet to hear. Soft, distant. You can't quite hear it well enough, but as you kind of hold the shell. But this seems to be where the bird songs are coming from.
I look at it and just,
And
Addis, I don't think this is your mystery bird.
make
Oh.
One moment. Can you make for me a Arcana check?
Me? Or everyone?
No, you. As you kind of see what's in the seashell and look at it.
17!
Oh,
Jeez.
So you know that these things are called Avermita. That's primordial for hermit crab bird. In Elvish, they're known as the Chantil coquille. And they normally fly above the sea and eat small shreds of seaweed that drift upon the course. They're small, sort of spiritual air elementals, very lesser air elementals that fly around the coasts and around the world. And however, when they sense tragedy or fear, they hide away inside small shells on the shoreline while chirping a song to try and warn and give people an ill omen of whatever tragedy is to come. Uh, and you know that they're often kept as pets by divination wizards and even used as familiars. Um, and if you can recover a seashell that has housed an Avermita, it can make a unique component for divination spells and be used to craft magical items associated with divination magic.
Wastora Magna, this shell holds apparently it's a minor air elemental that seems to have sort of foreseen some kind of tragedy and is telling us about it.
So,
You're the magic
if
users
only you
here.
could hear it. You can't quite hear what they're saying.
Do you know anything more about this?
No, not my
Do I know any more
particular
about that?
knowledge. I'm assuming.
You can make Arcana checks if you guys would like to see if you know anything more.
The Avermita, as it's called.
No. No, I don't know anything about it.
19?
15.
All right. So Magnar, you pretty much know basically what Hadrian shared, but Addis, you know that listening to the Avermita song can give you a glimpse and visions of the tragedy that is to come, but it can be so overwhelming that it can cost a person their speech for a period of time. And can become, through the shock of whatever tragedy is about to happen, it can overwhelm a person's ability to communicate as they sort of spiritually panic.
Okay, Hadrian, could you pass me that?
I hand him the shell.
Cool. If I start acting weird, it's fine, I think. Don't listen to the shells. I'm gonna do it and see what happens.
Wait.
You didn't listen to him for. I mean, they're a
hold
spell
on.
component, sure, but what? What?
Apparently, they might grant because it's linked to divination. They sort of have a latent divination element to them. So I might be able to gain a small glimpse of the future, but there's also a chance that it's going to be something bad, and it's going to be a little bit overwhelming. I
The
should be
future
fine.
is always bad and overwhelming.
Are you saying there's a chance that you might, I don't know, freak out and start hitting people?
Yeah, maybe
No,
I should take that one. I'm already in
No,
that
that's
stage.
No.
specifically why I'm not letting you take it.
Oh, that might be a good
I'll-
idea, actually.
Yeah, I should be okay if I just am mute and unresponsive for a bit. Just give me a bit.
How are we supposed to practice reading?
Well, I mean, it shouldn't be that long, hopefully. I don't know how long the effect will last, and how long I'll be out of it, but if I'm like in a coma, then I feel like we have bigger issues. Okay.
All
I'll
right.
point out that if you're in a coma, you're a bit hard for us to move around.
We're fine.
You can just tie me to Barry and he can sort of carry me. I'll give him my ale next time we stop in the tavern.
Hmm?
Okay, and then I'll lift it up to my ear.
All right. Will you make a wisdom save for me?
Shouldn't have volunteered. I'm bad, dude.
I think
That's
I'm
why
good
you
at
volunteered.
them, but
hot
unfortunately,
All right. As you listen to the strange chirping sounds coming from the seashell, you somehow understand the strange warning the creature is trying to convey. A strange omen of broken, disjointed, dreamlike images flash before your eyes. You see a glimpse of a small fishing town. A young girl with long brown hair turns to smile as though looking at you. A crowd of people begin to run to the shore, crying and screaming as the waves crash upon the sandy beach and against the cliffs and rocks and docks of the town, as the water slowly turns a deep, bloody crimson. You hear a young girl scream, and overcome by shock, tears spill down your cheeks. You go to scream for help, and nothing comes out. You can't seem to find words. You can't seem to remember how to talk. How can you stop this tragedy is the one thing that keeps running through your mind. And when you roll 1d4, you have lost the ability to speak for 4 days.
Great.
You cannot write, and you have lost language capability. You are able to try and convey what you need through charades and gestures. And you can use descriptions to try and convey it. And as you kind of sit there in shock looking at it, make a perception check for me.
5.
There is something familiar about the shoals and the rocky bits that you're nearby, but it doesn't quite look like the same places that you were seeing in whatever you saw. The rest of you watch as tears begin to stream down Addis's face. And Addis, you can describe your reaction to the horror that you just witnessed and the bits of images that you can hold on to from that vision.
I feel like you see Addis sort of lifted up to his ear, and he goes sort of still for a moment. You sort of see his like eyes sort of glaze over, and his face, which is always sort of in a vague grimace, doesn't really change that much. But you just start to see the like burning, fiery tears rolling down his face, sort of leaving cracks and making its way through like the stone. And then after a pause that's far too long, he takes the little bird, the hermit crab, and he's gonna try to like pet it.
It kind of goes back, but as you reach in, you can feel the faint feathery tuft, soft as air and clouds, just right in there as it chirps and warbles.
He's gonna hold on to it and sort of turn to look at the rest of the group and stare at them. Just
What is it? What is it, Addis?
Okay, something. How many words?
Why don't you just say it?
He said he might be struck mute or like stroked.
He wasn't wrong.
How many words, Addis?
2, 1, 2. What 2?
2 words.
Jump.
You can't speak. You can't speak. You've lost the ability. You can't speak. Okay. Can't speak. That's what you can't speak. Okay, got it. What did you see?
And as you can describe your physical gestures.
I'm enjoying this.
You're welcome to still charade. You're welcome to
enjoying
charade.
actual
Watching the
charades,
stream right now.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Yeah.
I'm gonna play charades for the next.
Oh,
all
for
of the
listening.
people who just listen to us are like, "What the fuck is happening?"
Hadrian is just making things up, guys. Addis is doing
Yeah.
nothing. Hadrian's just like, okay, what?
No,
So-
Addis is gonna try and. God, this is gonna be great because I have horrible charisma. I'm going to attempt to somehow convey a girl, which I feel like Addis is going to essentially try and. I don't. Let's see. I'm gonna roll first and see how bad this is.
Okay.
15.
pretty
Okay,
good.
so I feel like Addis does successfully sort of miming like a little like like a little skirt and like long hair
Long hair,
And
the
then-
waist.
and like short just like and being like, and then like doing a little like,
Throat
and like
slit
pointing to the
motion.
water,
A
pointing
girl.
to the water, and being like,
Okay.
Do we make insight checks?
A
Dead
girl.
yeah, yeah.
Dwarf?
Should we, or can we like? Because he made a pretty good check there. My
Yeah,
passive
yeah,
insight
I
is higher
think
than
it's
that.
pretty easy to understand. You know, he's
Yeah, it's like
conveying.
So a smaller than you. So a large girl maybe is going to die in the water. Where? Do we just go into the water and look for her?
he
Yeah,
points
there.
along. He points along the beach, like
kind of pointing north up the beach.
North. Are there more people, or is it just her?
More people.
Nothing. Right.
Oh,
Okay.
should we just start heading north then?
Yeah. Let's. I don't want to let a girl die in the water.
Let's just head north.
Are there more of these shells around?
There are.
Don't listen to him, Magnar.
No,
Why do
I'm
we
not
have to
gonna.
bury
Not,
them?
Two
I'm not,
people
not
in
gonna
that
listen to him. But
I'm gonna
like,
pick one up and just be like, Barry, do you want to listen to a seashell?
Do not give that to my bear. I swear
He-
I
he
will
probably
punch
just-
you.
probably
Magnar will
just
pick
eat it.
up 3 of them and stash them away.
Okay.
They are animals. Like maybe don't just take them.
I was gonna say, make sure to
It's
leave
true.
like oxygen holes in whatever you're stashing them in.
Well, I don't think my bag's that airtight, so I don't think you need to worry.
Good.
Still,
We head north.
Doesn't
That-
feel
that-
right.
I
As
could
you
feed
guys
them.
are traveling up the beach, you travel for the rest of the day, not seeing anything other than the seashells and crashing waves, different bits of rock. You guys settle in to make camp. And have a little bit of time to chat amongst yourselves. If there's anything you'd like to say to each other.
Addis is gonna do his ritual again. This time just for the 3 gold.
Okay. The coins don't fall, and none of the coins disappear.
Magnar.
Yes.
If we are gonna take those birds, do you know how to properly feed them at least? They can't eat what
Addis
we
is gonna
eat.
pull out his bird as well and be like,
Yes. You too.
Well, it's the seashell. Like, the bird is hiding inside.
Yeah. But there's birds in there.
Well, I could try them with some things and see what they nibble on.
I mean, do I know what birds would eat, Frosty?
You're proficient in animal handling. So, yeah. Seed, plant,
You know,
worms.
forage for some stuff around here.
Sure, make a survival check.
Right. This will be +2 as well. Are we still in forest?
No, you're on the coast.
Shit. 18.
18. All right. So yeah, you easily kind of dig up some of the wet little bugs and insects. And do you have anything to put them in?
Nope. They're in my hands.
All right. So as you're kind of holding like the crunched up bits and like little bits of insect that are crawling around in your hand, and bits of dirt and a little worm
I'll go to
and with
Magnar.
little
and be like,
seeds, like
Magnar, hold out your hands.
Oh, hang on. Yeah, pop them in here. And he holds out the glass bottle.
oh,
I'll pop them in the glass bottle. They can eat these, I think. They're birds.
Right.
So
Nobody smashed the bottle for a bit.
yeah. And I'll give some to Addis as well. Feed yours this one. Make sure they're properly kept. Yeah.
Addis will like feed his bird worm.
the bird doesn't seem to eat it. Just hides
Maybe
away in
he's
the
not
shell,
hungry.
still warbling and singing.
Maybe it's not hungry.
Well, we'll try them again in the morning.
All
Yeah.
right.
Don't know when the last ate.
So you guys rest up. That morning, You're all
Oops,
woken up.
Just swapping my spells around a bit.
Astora, you're on watch. Make a perception check. Actually, not all of you are waking up.
A 9.
Fine. So, you don't hear anything as you guys are all waking up the next morning. You guys are all packing up and preparing your tent, kind of a little bit away. You guys had a nice night on the beach. You hear a bit of humming. Soft, light, feminine voice. Just humming it to itself. You hear the occasional splish, splash, 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 splash of someone throwing rocks across the coast.
I'm
not
going
far
to
to the north.
harmonize
Okay.
and move north.
Actually, before we head out, Addis, 1 sec. I've no idea if this will work, but I'll give it a shot. I'll cast Lesser Restoration on Addis.
You can speak again.
How do-
Huge.
how does Addis know if he can speak again?
You feel language returning, like your knowledge
Okay,
of words,
okay.
everything. You feel your voice come back, kind of the softness lighten up, and the weight of what you saw kind of begin to subside.
Motherfucking shit bird. Okay, cool. I'm back. Ah, I don't. What is it with birds? Do they hate? Why do birds hate me? Bird, why do you hate me?
You
Did
are
you-
a rock.
So, the birds, what,
Natural
like,
enemies. That's true.
small girls going to be attacked by birds? I wasn't entirely sure.
It
details.
wasn't birds, but I get. It wasn't really like it as most visions. I haven't had a ton of visions, to be fair, but from what I know of visions, they're not very they're very vague. So it was the fishing town. There was a young girl with like long brown hair. There was like a crowd of people that like ran to the shore, and then like the water turned red, which I'm not gonna lie isn't great considering. Like I swear I've heard that phrase before. I don't know.
I think you will see Hadrian is moving north and harmonizing with the song a little bit, sort of casually.
Oh yeah, where
walking
is that? Where is that humming coming from?
north?
Oh, okay.
You can just hear it faintly echoing kind of off of some of the rocks.
Yeah, I'm gonna go try and find the source.
Adrian, if you listen to that humming and you go mute, that's not my problem.
I give him a thumbs up as I'm walking in the direction Terminator style, moving slowly down.
Oh, and
I'm
he's
sure
doing
this is going
sign
to be a
language.
terrible idea.
You make your way
No,
up
he's already gone mute.
and away from the camp. And as you turn, kind of climbing over a little bit of a rocky shoal that branches out, kind of extending past the sand of the beach, kind of climb up and over. And it's not far, maybe a good 200-300 feet from the camp. Everyone else can kind of still see him as you climb up onto the rocks. You can see out just on the other side a young girl, maybe 12, 13, in a long red kind of burlap, thick, kind of coarse material dress, a little shoulder bag kind of slung over her, humming. She's got long brown hair, a little bit of sea-worn features despite the young youth to her skin. Pointed elf ears that seem a little shorter than the average elves. Soft features, kind of young, bright, with a little bit of a smile, kind of throwing and skipping rocks and checking seashells and putting the occasional one in her bag as she kind of just hums a little bit. As a couple of the rocks kind of tumble at your feet, she looks up and, "Hello!"
I feel like upon seeing her, Hadriel sort of has a bit of a PTSD flashback of all the various, all them were always elvish, so he's just gonna, hello down there. How are you?
"Good. It's a nice morning."
I suppose so. Ooh, what are you doing down there? You seem to be having a good time.
Just looking for some nice seashells to sell in town. Um, just
Oh,
and skipping rocks.
is that a dangerous thing to do? To skip rocks and look for seashells? Now, this whole time, by the way, I'm moving towards her still, like
She kind of
not
looks at you
threateningly, just
funny
like
and is like, "I guess that depends." She kind of lifts up her bag a little bit and pulls out a dagger. Are you dangerous?
I mean, to certain people, but certainly not to you.
Okay. Are you one of those bandits I hear about? Or are you a pirate? She kind of brightens up a little bit.
Oh, at that, do I see her brighten at that? Hmm. I mean, I could be considered one, I suppose, but not really. Like, pirating on the shore.
Have you ever seen a kraken? I hear they're amazing. They're these giant creatures. She kind of comes forward, and they have all kinds of different arms and a big
You know,
beak.
thinking back, I'm pretty sure I have seen things with a lot of tentacles and beaks. Yeah, sure, we can call that a kraken. Why not?
Oh,
He says, thinking back to those
wow!
creatures with the
How
thousands
long
of
have you
eyes
been on the
and
open seas? Did you ever
brains.
find buried treasure?
I've found plenty of treasure. Don't know if it was buried, but then again, Barry is an
Well,
interesting individual.
wouldn't you have to dig it up
so-
if it was buried when you found it?
I mean, I would have to dig through his stomach, but that's a different sort of thing, isn't it? Like,
The kraken stomach?
sure, right, the Kraken stomach. Look, this is all pirate lingo, you understand? Like, it
Oh!
might be hard for. Yeah, I'm sorry. It just
Like
right?
like art. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. R and
and-
Yeti and things like
So-
that.
So, Addis, where is the danger supposed to come from?
I feel like the group is like you see the group like standing a bit away, like staring at them, like
Like all moving like this, like that. But I was saying, Hadrian is like I'm continuing to move towards her. By the way, like I'm trying to get close, like not to, because like I feel like she might be in danger, and I'm being very nice. I'm not drawing weapons. I'm trying to be relatable. I'm trying to pretend to be a
Yeah.
pirate, which is
Garth.
too.
Garth will shout out, "Don't punch her, Hadrian."
Hey,
you guys are still off by the camp, kind of having your
But
talk
if
with
Garth did
Addis.
shout that, I'd be like, Garth,
You-
she's too young for punch. That's a pirate's drink, you know.
Uh,
Yeah, we'll head. I think we're all heading.
yeah,
Yeah.
you guys kind of head up, and you see her, and she goes, "Oh, is this your pirate crew? Where's your boat?"
Yeah, these be me hearty crew. Unfortunately, we lost our boat on deadly shoals to a rapscallion named Jill.
Oh
I'm
wow!
slightly worried. I think Hadrian's picked up a third personality.
I think he might have taken the
Well,
pirate shell. I'm not
My
quite sure.
dad might be able to make you a new boat. He's been working on his.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we haven't been able to go fishing for a while because the boat was damaged on a reef.
Oh, that's really sad. I'm sorry to hear that. But you say your dad is a shipwright of sorts. I would love to meet him. Would you mind introducing us as prospective customers?
No, yeah, I can introduce you. He's this way. We're just a couple hours up the coast.
Thank you.
Do you
What's
think
your
he
name, by
can
the
make a
way?
boat that fits me?
She turns and looks at you, kind of
This
just
be Cookie.
realizing how big you are.
Hello.
Are you a titan? I've heard that they're really big, giant things that can crush mountains in their hands.
He's not
I
quite
have
that
crushed a few rocks, but I'm not quite that big. No.
He's working up.
Are you like me and you're
I'm
going to
working
keep
out.
growing?
Maybe.
I nod enthusiastically.
You'll be able to crush a mountain someday. I know it.
Thanks.
What's your name, by the way? You're very encouraging, and we like that. We're a bit down on our luck, so obviously.
Well, my full name's Athelina, but everyone just calls me Athy or Lena.
Oh. It's nice to meet you, Lena. My full name is Hadrian, but everyone just calls me Hattie.
We don't. We don't. Who is
You know,
it?
we
no
don't
one
call
has
him
ever
that.
called him that.
No, he's called Hadrian.
I mean, I will say,
If he wants to be called Haddy, I'll call him Haddy.
I will say, I'm pointing out his nick in my background. Hattie is his nickname by his sister. Whether she exists or not, I don't know anymore. But that was his nickname.
So she's like, yeah, if you guys want, you can follow, and I'll introduce you to my dad.
I will lean down the barrier and say, "Stay behind me. I don't know who we're going to meet. Just be careful. Don't
Yeah,
lie."
sure.
I agree, Garth. Oh no, that was the bear. Okay.
Yeah, it's the barrier. Yeah, just
Yeah.
stay behind me.
I'll follow Lena and just say, yeah, of course. And as we walk, I feel like just to chat with her. And I don't know exactly what tales Hadrian has buried in his head, but I feel like he's telling them and putting a pirate twist on them.
Make a
Totally
performance
believing them.
check at disadvantage because you're trying to twist the stories.
I'm not trying to twist it. That's what I'm saying. I feel like he's like, based on what I know about him, I feel like he's just putting a pirate spin on things that have actually happened to him.
All right. Make a performance check.
16. I'm gonna add a hero point to that. 21.
All right, she seems engrossed, and you get the impression that she's heard a lot of pirate stories, and that as you're talking to her, she gives you the impression that she kind of wants to grow up and be a pirate, and have adventures and sail the seas and be a captain with a big hat and like have all of these kind of wild, crazy adventures. She doesn't seem to understand the criminality behind piracy. It seems to have been conveyed.
It's her version of adventuring. That's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
I just tell there are many pirates on land who don't pirate on ships, but they pirate in vessels and on wagons and in caves, and they delve into, and they also wear very large hats. But they are more accepted by society, and their adventures are told by many bards and tales. And I'll start singing here some tales of adventurers that I know.
So how do you know if you're supposed to go on the adventure?
You don't get to choose.
He just shakes his head, and it's just, I think the prophecy rings through his head. Well, if you refuse that hero's call, then bad things will happen. Also, occasionally, a giant 7.5 or 9 foot tall man in plate armor with 6 wings will beat the shit out of you if you don't do it. So that's also a really good signal. Yeah.
So if you know of an adventure, you should jump on it.
I wouldn't say that.
No.
What adventure are you talking about? You seem to have a specific one in mind, I say.
Oh, it's silly.
Tell me, come on. I've told you all my silly adventures.
So, Dad's been really worried about money. And he says that I have to keep my magic a secret until we get money and I can get into a school. And I like using magic. And I've heard him talking to a few people that have come by from Truvel. And there's these magic pearls out on one of the reefs. And I'm really good at diving. And I think I could go and get them. And surprise my dad with them.
I'm going to pause and put a hand on her shoulder and turn her around and kneel down and just say, Lena, listen. Things like that are dangerous.
So we'll go do it for you.
Now, I was going to say, your adventure is going to school and learning to be a great wizard or magician or whatever. I don't actually know what kind of spells.
Pirates use magic?
Some do.
Pirates use everything, magic included.
I'm a wizard pirate.
He's very magical.
Can I see your magic?
Show her.
Well, part of it is me being big. Why don't Garth? Mine is also very destructive. Garth, why don't you?
Ristora is going to shoot an Eldritch Blast and blow up like a plant.
Wow!
A big frost beam shoots out.
As
A force beam with like some icy bits shoots out. It's a plant.
She
blows it
just
up.
slack-jawed, big eyes, like, runs over. Can you do that again? How did you do that?
Stora,
Now,
don't encourage too much. She's gonna go on her own if you do that.
You know, the real friendship is magic. Wait,
Mhm.
no, shit.
Something like Adrian, seeing that will cast light upon her so her head glows.
I learned to do this by working really hard and waiting for the right opportunities and not doing anything too risky.
Make a deception check.
Hey, come on! I was trying to make a persuasion check here, and you had to get in the way of that.
27.
Holy.
Okay.
I have nothing but social skills.
No, me too.
If I don't get the pearls, I can't get into the school. As you guys are
That's
kind
what
of
I said. We'll get the pearls for you.
How about this, Lena?
okay.
You get the pearls for you. You go to the school, you become a great wizard, and someday you can either form a pirate crew of your own, or you could join ours in repayment, and by then we'll be great pirates, even greater than now.
Oh, wow.
But don't go do it on your own. Your adventure, you need to wait for it to start until the right time.
As
This
you,
isn't the right time for you.
she kind of looks and she's like, "But then, how do you know?" And as she's saying that, you guys can see a small area where the cliffs break, and there's a bit of a walk, like a hill that ascends, and up on top you can see a wooden house kind of built on one side of the where the cliff kind of edges out towards the ocean, and a small bit of campfire up, and on the other side the cliffs go up, and you can see a whole bunch of ropes and pulleys kind of rigged up on the trees, and a couple of stands, and a very small fishing boat kind of has been pulled up onto the top of this cliff and being worked on. And you can see a large, corpulent gentleman with graying, sort of salt and pepper hair, with a bit of still a bit of blonde in it, kind of braided into not quite full on dreadlocks, but sort of into this heavy kind of clumped up hair that's been weathered by the sea for long years, and huge kind of scruffy beard, and in a similar red kind of heavy thick thing, some ropes on him, kind of bending and working on a ship and kind of doing, just making sure that like one of the new planks is kind of put in right, and stretching and warping it, kind of sanding it down into it. And you can still see there's a few bits of the hole left where he's kind of trying to pull out some of the planks and put some new ones in. And he's got a whole bunch of nets set up to tie it down, and there's a small shack. You can see a small skiff has been set right on the coast of the bay, and there's little footprints kind of in the sand going to and from it. They have mostly washed away, and it's sat there unused. She's like, Dad, I found some people who need some help. Their boat got wrecked. And he kind of looks over, and he definitely seems old, kind of sea doggish. You can see the pox and bit of weathering on his face. And he says, "Oi! Well, you came to the right place." He kind of
Gonna go right up
catches
there.
up. He kind of starts walking down the hills to the sand. So, who do I have the pleasure of doing business with? What's your ship name?
I grasp his hand and I pull him in very close. And I whisper to him, yeah.
Kind of wrestle. You see him instinctively go for a dagger on his side as you pull him in before he kind of
I give him a hug.
recognizes.
And I whisper to him, my name is Hadrian. These are my companions, and your daughter seems to really want to get into a magical school, and we wish to help her, but she is seeming to put her life in danger.
Stops. Adelina, you told strangers. I've told you 100 times. It's dangerous for people to know that you're casting. You're lucky they aren't with the magisters or the police.
Yeah, it's a good thing we're not. It's very good.
Yeah, Wistora is going to shoot a quick magic bolt out, Eldritch Blast at it, and hit a stump.
And
Since
Hadrian
we're
There's
not
will
easier
cast
ways of
light.
showing people your magic. Stop firing.
He'll cast. Hadrian will just cast light on the man and say, "Listen, we sympathize. Your daughter has an adventurous spirit, and she shouldn't
Too
be
many
blamed
of the
for
old
that.
stories. I should have
The
told her
old
that.
stories are there for a reason. And I believe you know this. I just met her, but do you think she'll refuse her call to adventure forever? Don't let her take it now. Let us take it for her.
I
Get her
hope.
into that school.
I mean, if anyone thought... Here, look, it's not like I'm ever going to be able to get her into a decent school. And if I don't get her a license, then they'll... I don't even want to think about what they'll do to her without the license. Never...
I shake my head. She mentioned pearls. We know some people.
And you just go... Athelina, we need to talk about you and what it means to keep a secret. There are things you can't just go blabbing about. Look.
Hey. She's honest. That's a quality most people don't have.
Yeah, and they were nice. And they said that they could help.
We can help. Of course, we want to.
Just tell us where to
Listen.
go, what to do.
Your daughter mentioned she was a great diver. I venture I'm a better one.
Yeah, and I've
And
told her
eventually
not
we
to
can
go
get this
because that reef is too dangerous. And I don't know what you guys are capable of, but you don't want to be going diving with a bunch of sharks.
Sounds fun.
That sounds like a bad idea, Hadrian. That's not fun. Do you have a death wish? Is that what it is? Because we could kill you if you want.
I think he thinks for a second and just says, not entirely sure.
So, do you want us to kill you or not?
I don't want you to kill me.
Wait,
Garth, just think
look,
about
if
it.
you're going to be talking like that,
Doctor.
you guys are going to have to leave.
I was joking, of course. I mean, I don't mean it. I wouldn't kill him. I think.
And he's like, look, kind of leans in. I don't give a shit if you're pirates or not. I know I've been on the wrong side of the law a bit too. But you gotta keep that shite under control around my daughter. I don't want her getting crazy and wild ideas. It's already bad enough. I used to tell her the tales and stories of my adventures as bedtime stories, and they just stuck in her head. I don't know. I'm not good at this parenting thing, but I know you shouldn't be talking about killing stuff around your daughter. Next to your daughter. Around a little girl. You know what I'm saying?
What?
No.
We did that all the time. It's good for
It's a cultural thing, I suspect. Anyway.
Yeah, but we would like to help, as we do not want to. I would like to see your daughter get the education she needs.
Where is this reef?
It's about 4 knots out of the coast, a little bit to the south. And it's shark infested. But the pearls there
question.
are worth a fortune. They need them for the magical academies. From what I understand, they're blessed by Umberly and allow someone to cast, to recover their magical energies.
Yeah, a quick question. What's a knot?
That's a good question.
A measure of
Someone
sea
try.
distance. It's a little over a mile.
Okay.
I'm gonna nod and just say, listen, can you get us out there? I will dive.
All of you, especially
will
the big guy, I'd need to finish my ship. If you guys think
It's
you
some
can help,
of
I
us.
could probably have it done in a day or two.
I hate to be the person who says this, but I mean, I think we would be interested in maybe a commission. Could this help towards that as a repayment?
help me fix my... I don't have much that I can pay you.
I'm
Well,
assuming there's more
No,
than
no,
one
I'm
of
saying
these
you
pearls.
could pay us by making us a boat, is what I'm saying. Like if we, it worked
eventually, yeah.
towards.
it'd take a while. I mean, boats are a hard thing to make, but yeah, I could... these things would be worth... Yeah, I could build you a boat. I suppose I could even give you this. And he kind of reaches down and pulls out an old dagger. Blessings.
Why do we need?
I don't.
And
I
he
don't
kind
know
of
how
pulls
boat
it out,
building
and you
is.
see it's this long, sharp jawbone with razor sharp shark teeth, kind of set up to be the blade of the dagger.
Could I have a
Cool.
look?
Can you what?
Could I have a look at the dagger?
Hi. He hands it to you.
Alice takes it, hands it to
could you
Magnar, and goes,
take a
"Magnar, could
look?"
you have a look at this?"
Yeah.
Why did I think that was coming? Hang on, because that's not. I'll sit down. That's or I'd rather do it as a ritual, which is going to take 10. How long is that going to take?
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
We
Yeah, you
probably
keep
will have time
talking,
to
I'll
sit
sit down.
around.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you need help with your boat, right?
Aye.
What do you need help with?
Is it? Yeah. How can we help?
I need a few more planks of wood carved up, and I need some of the old damaged bits pulled out.
I'm good at carving wood.
I could probably pull something with relative strength.
I'm good at pulling things out as well. I suppose I could carve things, but
Oops.
I'm sure if we worked together on it, we'd be
Mm.
fine, though, Adrian.
yeah, of course. Anyway, I was also proposing a way for Hadrian to dive without getting massacred by sharks, but that is up to everyone whether they want to risk that or not.
It's up to
I mean,
you.
I feel like you are the best person to go.
I'm not diving.
I'll fucking dive.
I'm not a strong swimmer,
I'm a very strong swimmer.
although I would sink. So like, you could like tie
You'd be a
rope.
super strong swimmer. You'd be the strongest. You just couldn't come back up. That'd be the problem.
Yeah.
Swimming's not the hard part. It's holding my breath that I have issue with.
Yeah, I'd probably could hold my breath pretty long.
So Magnar,
the
you're looking
mechanics-
at the dagger, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Are you casting like identify or anything?
If the conversation's just going on, then yes, I will do identify as a ritual.
All right. The dagger is trying to pull up the rules for it. Never remember the name. Of it. It's like sharp something. No. All right.
Is it Shark Tooth Dagger?
It is a shark tooth dagger. However, it is magical, and it is a +2. And you can make one attack with it as a bonus action on each of your turns.
This
Not
is
bad.
this is quite the dagger. Sharp, keen-edged. Could fight fast with it too,
Aye,
and that's
kept me safe on the seas.
more than a hint of magic about it too, I might say.
It was a gift from the ocean.
Oh,
Well?
we are really rude. What is your name? I don't think we've got it yet.
Oh, you can call me Jacques.
Shock. Okay.
Well,
Aye. Just an old sea dog out in retirement. Something I never thought I'd say.
Goth, he doesn't literally mean he's a dog from the sea. It's just an expression for a pirate or a sailor. But
You could say I got up to quite a bit of piracy in my day. You seem like good folk, I can be honest. That's where I got the stories for my daughter. Wait, you never said that you were a pirate? Oh, I shouldn't have said that. Yes,
Lena,
Athelina, I was a
Lena.
pirate. That's how I had all the adventures that I told you about.
Hey, Adrian puts his hand on her. Lena, you can accept that your father was a pirate and a good man, or you can't. I'm sorry, I was channeling something else. Yeah, we'll help you with the boat, and then I will die for the pearls. I just want you to promise that we'll foster your daughter's spirit as well as her magic.
That's the idea. I want to get her into a school and get her... I just want her to be safe. Ever since her mom passed away. I don't know what
Adrian
I'm
nods.
doing or how to do this. I just want the best for her.
Hey, none of us do know what we're doing. We all want the best for her, but none of us know what we're doing. Sorry, that was unclear.
I mean, I've raised a bear before.
I
Yeah.
can see that. He's a big fella.
Yeah, takes after his old man.
I can imagine.
I wouldn't recommend giving your daughter that much alcohol, though.
She has a bit of a nip from time to time. It's fine. Ain't gonna do her any harm.
Just don't let the nip become a barrel.
Not till you're much older. Looks to Evelina. He was like, oh, kind of like grimaces at the idea.
But yeah, we'll help him repair the boat.
All right.
Yeah, let's have a look.
Are any of you proficient with ship's tools
Well, Westora's not helping.
or ship vehicles?
The story's not helping.
Well, she'll help. She's just not doing any of the heavy lifting.
Oh, no.
Magnar has
or
mending.
carpentry? Do any of you have
I don't
carpentry
have-
tools?
I don't have mending as. Oh, hang on.
I have woodworking tools.
Woodworking
I don't know
tools
why.
work.
Okay.
If you have woodworking tool proficiency, yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Roll your woodworking tools proficiency, and anyone else, please make.
What abilities?
You
Hang
can
on,
use
before you do. What?
you can use intelligence, or
Dex.
I will allow dex.
Dex, if you're going to do that. 1 second.
Why do I have this proficiency?
I will be casting.
You're like, why am I proficient with woodworking tools? Where did I get that from?
Adrian is just
Well,
he's learning so much about himself.
Okay, Cat's Grace from.
Okay. By the way,
Enhanced ability.
when I'm actually diving, I will say I would love that on my strength. But for this, yes, please. Could I get some guidance as well, Magna? Some Des
Oh
guidance.
yeah, yes.
You can only do one or the other.
Yeah,
It's
because
about concentration.
guys,
this
this is
is-
concentration.
Enhanced
Alright.
ability is not. Oh, yes, it is. 1 hour
Yeah.
concentration. Yeah.
Sorry, that's 25.
All right. So you and Jacques are making really good work on the boat. It is going to take you guys a couple days, and you've got Garth and Addis if they were willing to help. Mostly just
If-
doing the physical part of like moving lumber around, pushing stuff in, kind of lifting and move. Mostly just the gopher work, while you and Jacques actually do the.
I'm continuing to regale Lena with tales that are just pirate versions of whatever Hadrian got up to in his many years.
If there was anything that needed.
Well, you
copying-
guys are doing that. Athelina is going over to Westora and be like, "Can you show me that again? Can you do anything else?"
I know a few little tricks up my sleeve. However, unfortunately, most of them involve hurting people.
See, mine. Can I show you something?
Please.
Okay. She kind of walks over to this little bit of plant, just a little flower, bits of grass that are kind of sticking out by the rocks. She kind of sits down and really concentrates, and you see it like grow and start to grow, and form, and the blossom starts to rise and sort of twist and branch out as little vines come up. A very, very weak vine growth spell.
Do I know what type of magic
Make an
somebody might
Arcana
have
check.
towards that? It's not my particular area of expertise.
And I'm going to say advantage.
Oh. All right. Well, I already rolled once. I'll roll again. 18.
Yeah.
This is primal magic. The same kind of magic by the Fae. This little girl definitely has Fae blood.
Mm. Wow.
Probably
So
related somewhat to the Spring Court.
tell me about your mother.
I don't remember much about her. She died when I was 6. It's been a long time, and she was really pretty. She had a little bit of a green tint to her skin. I wish I had the green kind of... It looked so pretty. And these intense... She didn't have the little circles in your eyes like I do.
Mm-hmm.
They were just a solid sort of turquoise color. And they were so pretty. And long, bright green hair. She used to say that she came from the ocean and was a pearl, and blessed tell me stories of the deep, and how she'd swim around, and that she fell in love with my father when he was on a ship, that he was the only one that could listen to her sing. And I used to like her singing too. But
I'm sure she was very otherworldly.
She got really sick one year after the waters turned red. She had been fishing, and then the waters got really scary, and one of the people in town pulled me away, that was watching me, pulled me away from the coast. And when Mom came back after the clam, she got really sick and died a few days later. And I had to live with the mayor for almost a year, and he was really mean. And I couldn't show him any of the special stuff I could do. It was very important that no one saw. That was the last thing my mommy said to me. But I can't always control it anymore.
Well, I've known people like your mother in my time. So my skin is kind of bluish.
And you have eyes like hers.
Yeah, solid, different color. You want to see a neat trick?
Yeah.
Wistora will change from winter to spring.
You have to do that during a long rest.
Do I have to do it during a long rest? Well, we're sitting here, we're chilling. We're just chatting. Maybe
make a Constitution save. See if you can kind of force that change.
All right. $19.
Very successful. Describe how you transform into the season.
So I go from my normal kind of wintry look. It's blues and whites and snow. My skin sort of slowly goes from that color to a green, a very sort of dark spring green. My hair almost has like flowers that bloom and then fade away in it, and then the hair changes to sort of the color of like a bright, like summer flower, and the eyes turn into a sort of a wood kind of brown. So not just quite solid; they almost have a bark-like look to them, and that they have little lines through it and stuff like that. And then,
wow.
I feel like Hadrian
she's just kind of like, you can tell that she's trying to find words and just sort of in shock while the rest of you guys are working.
I come from a place where many people are like your mother, and I have a bit of that.
Are they all allowed to do magic like that?
Well, in my case, it's just a part of who I am.
Same here.
Yeah, I've
I
always
feel
been.
like I feel like it's growing with me, and like I don't know. I have to express it. It's a need. It overwhelms, and like I want to see everything blossom and bloom and grow, and and when I get excited, you can even see as she's kind of like talking, the plants around are starting to just like blossom up and kind of grow just a little bit, and like I want to make everything beautiful and have wild adventures and 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 I don't know. I just want to. And she just kind of shouts, and you can see like almost these little bursts of magic fireworks kind of go from her hands. I just want to shout sometimes, and she kind of like startles a little bit as little light magic missiles kind of flare up.
Well,
little tiny, not entirely full bloomed like spells, just little bursts of magic.
well, when you finish your schooling, perhaps you can find me, and I'll take you to a place where there are many other people, kind of like us.
It's not fair that you have to go to school for magic, though.
I had to learn my magic. I'm still learning as I speak.
But why do you have to go to school to be allowed? Why is it bad that I can just do it?
Well, some people don't understand it, and when you don't understand something, you're afraid of it. The people in your land here, they're afraid of it. Because some people are not nice people. Imagine what they're like when they have magic.
That sounds kind of scary.
It's very scary. So places like this, when they're afraid, they create rules so they can know who the bad people are and who the good people are. Although between you and me, it doesn't really work very well.
Then why do they do it?
Because they don't have any other way of doing it. They don't know what else to do.
As you guys are finishing up for the day, you're finishing up with Athelina. Jacques kind of goes and starts a fire, and you can see Athelina kind of grabbing some fish from a couple traps on the coast, and a little bit of crab, and he's like, well, at the very least, for all the help and you guys going down to the pearls, how about I cook you all some dinner?
That'd be lovely.
Opposed.
That sounds good.
At some point, Hadrian is going to grab a wooden stick or two and take Lena aside and just be like, so, if you're going to be a pirate, you've got to know how to spar. And he's going to like teach her to use a wooden stick to fight a bit.
All right. So you and her are kind of practicing.
Yeah, very
Sort of
playfully.
just
like
yeah, just playful and.
I'm of course not going to smack
Make it
her with a
insight.
wooden stick. I'm aware her father is not happy, so you're trying to
Make an insight.
At some point, I would like to speak to John.
Use my inspiration. Thank
All
you. 10, not great, still.
So you're kind of watching as she's kind of playful, and then out of nowhere, she does a bit of a parry and catches you across the face. As you kind of realize suddenly, she's been practicing sword fighting probably for a while and is not bad. And
Laugh.
You
And I
so
kneel
I'm
down
so
there.
sorry.
No. He just laughs. He's like, "Oh, we have to get more serious." And he puts suddenly a second hand on his wooden stick and just so. Come at me, Lena.
So while
Well,
they're
let's watch
fighting,
Hadrian kill a child.
Jacques is working on dinner, kind of boiling you guys some crabs and grilling some fish on the open fire. You guys have a little bit of time as he's kind of focused on that to talk amongst yourselves while Hadrian distracts Athelina. If there's anything you guys have to say to each other or want to try and plan or do.
By the way, Wastora is in her spring mode until the next time she gets to do a trance. So she's all green with sort of bright. I'm gonna say bright. It's a nice bright spring color. I almost would say bright red like a rose,
Like
but I think
purple.
I think purple. Yeah, like a bright purple flower. Say that's her hair.
I will lean over to Magna and Addis, and I'll whisper, "Does anyone know who that is?"
Ooh.
I'll
What,
point
Jock?
Towards the lady.
What? That's
The
West
lady.
Dora.
No, it's not.
Uh,
Westora is
Oh.
like green or blue, whatever.
Yeah.
Like tea.
Blue and white. No.
Yeah. That's not her.
I'm pretty sure that is. Some people can like change how they look with magic.
I think she might have been showing off a bit to that small girl.
Oh. Westora.
Also, yeah,
Yeah.
Magnar,
Anyway,
I've heard you-
Addis.
Oh.
Yeah, Gar.
That girl, is that the girl?
Definitely, Alice.
yeah. Also, you've been suspiciously quiet when we talk about pirates, Magnar, and you sound vaguely like a pirate. Are you sure there isn't some secret past we should know?
Oh yes, because we mountain dwarfs are well renowned for like heading off to sea and diving into the deepest oceans.
You are.
I can
You are?
barely bloody swim. No, I'm not a fucking pirate.
Insight check.
yeah, it's like,
Yeah. Oh,
He's
God.
not a bloody pirate.
damn it. I was really hopeful.
He's not a pirate. He's not a pirate.
2021. Yeah. The insight is.
Garth, it's okay. We can become pirates. We can make him a pirate. Yeah.
Yeah. What do pirates look like?
I do not know.
Anyone here? No.
Well, apparently the girl who knows quite a lot about
Oh,
pirates was quite
also
happy to believe
Jack-
that we
I
were
mean,
pirates.
her father was a pirate.
Jacques was a
She'd
pirate.
be the
so
one
we
to
have
ask.
We have to look like Jacques.
Oh, I could do that.
I do have a question for you, Magnar.
Aye.
How would you hypothetically contact a greater being?
How would you hypothetically contact a greater being? Well, I've spent the better part of 100 years doing all the things that you're supposed to do, and you know, and clearly he listens because I'm able to call upon him and call upon his blessings. But sort of having a sort of a sit down and a bit of a conversation, no, not really. Sort of less direct. And I have to say that thing with the coins that you do with the tipping and the vanishing is sort of rather more of a direct communication than those that I have with Deska. But
Well, I think it was more of like yeah, I don't know about that. From what I understand of that, it was more of a like transaction essentially, just with a ghost.
Well, I wouldn't recommend that with most gods, but I can see how that might make sense to Midas. No, you know, I mean, if you listen to the rest of my order, you know, quiet contemplation and meditation and lots of time in darkened rooms whilst setting fire to smelly things is the way to do it.
I can set fire to things pretty easily.
No, well, particularly smelly, you know, incense and all that.
So like Barry.
He's not smelly. He's not.
He has a nice natural aroma.
Yeah, I don't know. I
Does
mean,
he
like,
just
you
smell like
ale
stale
and-
beer?
is it like so?
Probably.
Depends on which god you're going for, I suppose. But
What if
no,
it's not
I'd
one
stay
of
away from the sort of
those?
sacrificial ones, the gods that
Yeah.
are like that.
Well, if we wanted to talk to a god, one of our thoughts were to go to a temple and see what we could do.
Yeah, but this is like a god who I don't think has a temple.
Is this the one who you think is communicating with you through the coins?
No.
Well, which god are you referring to?
Not sure they are a god.
Well, that may make the conversation a bit tricky.
Yeah.
Who do you want to talk to?
There's supposed to be some sort of being. So when we've mentioned the Godric, right, and that thing was like locked up, right?
Right.
There's another one of those that's very different and wasn't locked up. At least I don't think it was. And that's supposed to be like a wise. It's all about wisdom and like knowledge and stuff. And so if we're dealing with a lot of stuff about fate, I was like, maybe that thing's connected. Maybe we could try and communicate with it. And the only way I know of being able to communicate with it is through dreams, which we've had weird dreams together, right?
Are you talking about that? And Frosty, remind me, we did figure out that there was this other being, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we all know this, right? Yeah. Are you talking about that other sort of madness causing being?
I think he means the one that doesn't.
Well, it was said that only the mad truly knew it.
I mean, I think she wasn't. I think she was part of that. Supposedly was part of that ritual. So she was not. She was. I don't know about in prison. She was being summoned through it. I think.
Possibly, but once again, that was like, that was them trying to summon her to chain her to them or whatever.
No.
Right?
What I mean is that it's just that there's no way I can think of to know how to communicate with or to find those things.
You can agree with me that it seems like coincidental, right? That
I agree that trying to speak with her is a good idea. I'm just trying to answer your question about how to do so.
That's yeah.
It's really.
Do
I
you
have
remember anything?
no idea how we could do it because, like you said, we're not talking about a god per se. So it's not like she's not going to have any temples. So and she's not going to have any priests, at least that I'm aware of. So our best bet is next time we get to a library or something like that to learn as much as we can about her and maybe see if there's some information. Maybe we can find her somewhere or something like that. I mean, that's all I can think of.
Do you remember anything of the ritual that you and Hadrian were a part of? Like that, like any runes or anything? I don't know. Obviously, we don't want to replicate it.
By the way, just for reference. So,
What? I'm sorry. What's for reference?
I'm assuming I cannot hear any.
No. You're kind of off to the side. They're up over on one area. You're kind of on the beach fencing. Jacques busy kind of cooking.
I feel like this is Princess Bride. No left handed either, I say to her. Yes.
I think I don't remember much about the ritual itself. I just remember supposedly having to say something, and what I remember having to say, I don't remember exactly what it was. Like I don't remember the full details of everything involved and stuff like that, I'm afraid.
Yeah, I will say, attempting to and succeeding or failing to talk to the gods, not terribly risky, not always terribly fruitful, but not risky. Trying to communicate with other beings
Potentially risky. Yeah.
Yes, and you think you're talking to one, it turns out to be another, and then aha, I'm through.
I think we need to learn more before we attempt or try to figure that out. I think we need to figure out who this being is in more detail, how people might communicate with her, or if she's the one responsible for our dreams. The next time we have a dream, although it's been a while, we try to reach out to her. We say her. Well, we don't know her name, do we? But
oh God.
I don't think we do.
Aha!
Well, there's
Yeah,
the one.
I think your point about finding out some more before we try to do anything is probably rather wise. If we don't, know her name yet.
Yeah, but if she's trying to communicate with us in our dreams,
Well,
the thing
we
is,
don't know
if
it's
she
her.
just wanted to talk to us, she would do that.
I don't know if it's her. I was just
I
saying
don't
the
either.
dream is
Because
saying.
I also
yeah.
think we theorize it might be that goddess of fate
Yeah.
or the other gods. So we don't know who's sending us these dreams at this point.
Garth has met with Nylea. And Hadrian, I think
it was a bit vague on that, but possibly.
I felt like that the how he described it, it sounded very much either like one of her servants or her.
Oh, I agree. I just mean that she didn't turn up and say, "Hello, I am Nylea," so we shouldn't read,
To
too
be
much.
fair,
Correct me if I'm wrong, but Mogus did, right?
I didn't ask her name.
Pretty much, Mogus might as well have. It was like, ha ha, boy, good. It's very Mogus.
Yes. Whereas I'm fairly sure I think I was this, which is a bit weird.
Hadrian is still sparring with Lena. He is teaching her the worst possible lessons.
All right.
Saying she probably learned from a pirate. It's not probably any worse than what she's already learned.
Yeah, I mean, she's doing stuff like occasionally she tries to throw some sand in your face, and
your crotch is a prime target.
No, of course it is. I'm guarding that heaven, but I'll like flip my cloak up in front when she pulls the sand in, and then I'll like throw it over her head and tackle her to the ground and just be like, "You can't rely on your opponent's decency." And then I will just like, I'm having fun.
She kicks you in the balls. It's like, of course you can.
I'm sure she does. But basically, the gist is, I think Hadrian really likes this girl and wants to get her pearls to get her into an academy. So.
All right. So with that, I believe we will take our break. So thank you everyone for watching. We'll see you in a brief second. We're going to jump on out and take our little break. Be back soon. All right. Welcome back, everyone. Thanks for sticking with us through the break. All right. Last we left off, you guys were having a brief chat amongst each other, and then Garth, you said you wanted to go up and talk to Jacques while they were having their conversation. All right. So as you walk up, he's just finishing dinner, and he kind of looks up, seeing you walk over, and he's like, "All right, what can I help you with? Crab or fish? Or both?"
Both. But first, I need to talk to you.
Everything all right? I mean, I thought we had a fair bargain here.
We do with everyone here, but I've got. You might notice my hand's wrapped.
Right. I'm familiar with it. You broke your finger, right?
I did at one point, but Magnar helped me with that. But there's...
Just to let you know, you don't need to wrap the whole hand for a broken finger.
Right, it helped the pain a little bit. It was more of a mental thing. But I will slowly unwrap the hand and reveal the ring. Don't freak out.
He looks at you intently and goes to reach for his dagger and immediately like realizes he hasn't gotten it back yet.
I'm not here to hurt you. I'm not with them. This ring is cursed.
Then why you got the fucking ring, mate?
It's cursed. I can't take it off. That's why the finger was broken to begin with. I've been trying to take it off, and I can't.
Well, if you need a toaster, If you need a cursed ring to rule, and believe me, all those fucking rings are cursed. At least they should be. Everyone who puts on that ring deserves horrible fate for what they're going to put these people through.
I agree. But I'm not here to. I don't want it to become a thing where if it like the rep slipped off and you saw it and would try to kill me or my friends. I want to get out of the way now. I don't wish you or your daughter any harm. I don't like Emmerich. I don't like many of what Emmerich's things are. They're stupid, very stupid.
Why are you wearing the frickin' ring?
It's a long story.
I think
There's this-
I think if you're telling me and my daughter are fucking safe, I deserve to hear the fucking story.
Okay, so me and my friends were in Emmerich, or not in Emmerich, yeah, but in what's the town? Versailles. We're in Versailles. Surely you've heard of the attack on Versailles by now.
There's been whispers and rumors, yeah, something about an assault,
There's
terrorists, warlocks.
There was a dragon that was there, summoned by a guy named Godric. And we helped save some citizens in the square. And the next morning, we awoke to an asshole named Jill, who's one of them. What are they called?
All Mage or Inquisitor?
Inquisitor. That's the word.
Fucking hell. And it. So you ran into this frickin' Inquisitor, and now you're gonna drag him over here.
No,
Is he following you?
no,
Okay.
he's not. Not that I know of. That's kind of why it was repped, and I'll re-rep it.
Wait, what does that have to do with him following you?
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
Make a deception check.
Yeah. All right. Deception.
I'm still trying to figure out why you bothered bringing this all up.
What if he found out and he thought we were trying to like get in good with him?
Because Goth is an idiot.
That's true as well. 6.
He looks at you and he's like, "No use lying to me, mate. You better tell me what the hell is going on, or I'm gonna shove you right off this cliff."
Okay. Let's relax. Jill can look through the ring when he wants to. That doesn't mean he's always looking through it, if what I know is correct. But he can look through it. It's why it's wrapped, because I think that stops him from looking.
You might not be able to see, but he can bloody fucking hear my daughter talking about magic.
I don't. But again, it's not all the time. It's just when he wants. And doesn't always know exactly where we're at. And when would be the best time to check on us. I think we're fine. Because he did get in a fight with Godric. Not too long ago, it sounds like. And it looked like there was not very many winners, if any.
So might have taken care of itself then.
He might have. I have no way of knowing. I just wanted to bring it up in case the rep slipped off and you think that we're trying to fucking fuck you over. We're not.
No, I appreciate the fucking honesty, but this is a whole fucking new mess. Now, if he heard my daughter talking about magic, she's not licensed. I couldn't afford a fucking license for her.
We wouldn't let him harm your daughter. We may not look it, but
You
we're a
can't
pretty hardy
exactly
bunch.
stay around here. It's not like you're the type to settle down in a fucking fishing village.
I mean, it's true. But, like,
So
he
I gotta
won't.
find a way to keep my daughter safe now.
I don't think he'd waste his time on you. He's got bigger issues right now. I think you're the least of his concerns is your daughter's magic.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay. Oh, I will say, with this ring,
And I'll make it
I am
with
allowed.
an advantage, because you've got pretty good...
Persuasion advantage. 17.
Oh,
Hey.
all right.
I will say, while we're here,
No one in town fucking knows that they've got a magister. Well, not a magister, but a freaking marquis living in Trouvel.
while
So-
we're here, with this ring lets anyone with me cast magic. I have the ability to say that they're with me
Wait,
and
wait.
they can use it.
That ring means you can get away with casting magic.
Yeah.
Who's
It
allowed to
says
wear?
that anyone that's with the magistry. But I don't want to be anymore.
How much authority does it give you? Look,
I don't
it's
know.
a bit of a swindle. But do you think with this fucking ring,
You could get into school.
you could get her into the school?
You could. I think. I don't know how it works. I'm not from here. But the
No,
person
no,
in
I'm
the
originally from
village-
Astria. I just
the person in the village. What was it? He does.
he's a priest of Umberley and he can remove curses.
No, the other one that works for the magistrate.
Oh, the Marquis?
Yeah, he could probably tell us more about the fucking what he does.
Garth, you just got told there was a priest who could remove your curse. I'm just pointing that out there right now.
Right, but there's one issue at a time.
Marquis Simone. He'd definitely be able to tell you, but you gotta play those cards very carefully, mate.
And there's someone that can move the curse. So we have two things in the town we could work on. If I could get this curse removed and it could get your daughter into school, we wouldn't have to go after no fucking pearls and risk anyone's life.
Yeah, you'd want to talk to the priest, Gabriel.
Would he be willing to remove the curse? Or is he connected to the...
Probably cost you, but yeah. Look,
Does he
there's a
have to
trader
say-
coming to town. He'll buy the pearls. He might be you can probably take the one that you get. We can get enough of them. Sell it to the trader. Probably afford to lift the curse.
Alright, makes sense. That makes sense.
It's this guy Harkle. Weird fella, but comes by every so often. He's supposed to be here in a few days.
Alright. Harkle. So, yeah, I think that would be a good idea then. Maybe if we can somehow ask
Alright.
this guy about what the ring could do, it could
Just-
be an option for you.
Stay away from my daughter if you've got that ring.
I will.
Should only be able to see a few feet around you, at least from what I hear about magic.
Yeah, that's what I've been told.
Sorry, I gotta keep her safe.
Of course, I don't want any harm to come to you or your daughter. I know family bonds are very,
Kinda.
very tight.
It's like, all right. Dinner's done!
Garth will take his plate and immediately sit down, sweating at this point.
All right. So, you guys come up. Jacques hands you all a plate, sets one down for Athelina, and Athelina sits down. And she's just staring at Westora while stacking on her food. You can see her trying to, like, piece together, like, how you could do that, and if her mom could do something similar, and just kind of wondering,
You
like,
know
what
what?
magic could do.
I will sit there and I will explain to her about the Fae, and that her mother was likely a Fae, and that, and about the Feywild and all of that.
Make an insight check.
Okay. Not be the best idea, but
You
Nat
can
20,
tell
23.
that Jacques is not happy with you talking about the Fae. And getting her interested in the Fae, and you're not entirely sure why. Uh, Fae have a bad reputation, or can.
Yeah.
Sometimes, especially at other places, and
Well, in that case,
you also see a lot of shame in him at mentions of like the Fae and Jaru. Like he has done stuff that he is not happy that involved the Fae.
well, I'll try to be a bit more circumspect about it then. So instead, I'll probably just say, um, you know, that there are. Um, I don't know how to talk about it without getting into it, to be honest. Um, I- I'll instead just sort of, I'll drop the topic then.
Okay.
I'll mention it a bit, maybe even answer her questions, but I won't try to tell her about it then.
So Jack kind of looks and is like, right, at this fucking rate, boat will be done in about 2 days. When you can go out, we can get the pearls then. Any of you got sailing experience? I mean, I can man the boat myself, but if I'm manning the boat, I can't be down in the waters helping you.
That's fine.
Do you have so Addis will pull out like a javelin and be like, "Do you have anything like this?" But like, I know when you're fishing, there's like fishing spears, right? Do you have any spare of those that we could use to like
I've got a few
throw
fishing
into the
spears
water?
and a harpoon.
Okay. Also, I think Magnar might still have your dagger. Or are you okay with us using that, or would you rather have that on you?
You see him look to Garth. You can go ahead and use it. You help me get these pearls, you can keep it.
Oh, wow, thanks. Okay. Magnar, could I take a look at that then? I was interested in
I'm gonna need at least 3 to be able to get my daughter into that school. I don't know how many
3?
are gonna be there, but I'll need 3.
And okay, I had to confirm something. But Wistora will stand up, will speak up and say, "I can be proficient. I can use the boat, steer the boat tomorrow."
Oh, wow.
Okay.
That'll be useful. Garth, did you want my spear, by the way?
Do I want it?
It's the better it's a better spear.
What would you want in return?
I was taking I'm just giving it to you. I'm taking the knife.
That doesn't seem right. I don't want to take things from you for nothing.
What do you have?
Me look. I have not much. Actually, I don't have much. How about I give you a staff?
I already have one of those.
Fuck.
Well, do you promise?
How
do you
about?
promise? Whoop, sorry.
I was gonna say, how about like just like a favor for later?
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
Take the speed.
As long as you promise not to chuck it in trees and break it, you're probably looking after it better than he does.
I broke it. Yeah, that was a.
We have the handout.
That's why. That's also kind of why I was asking for more fishing.
All right.
Do you have the handout for that, Frosty?
For
the +1 spear we got from
it's just a +1 spear.
Yeah,
if
you
you
just drag and drop it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is the saw or what was it called? The shark bone dagger, is that attunement or is it?
You can grab it. It is a scimitar of speed, basically, stat wise.
Scimitar of speed.
It's
Okay.
just-
Is
it's
that
a
attunement
dagger.
or not?
Instead of, yes, requires attunement.
Okay, so then I will go ahead and answer into it.
It's just a dagger of speed instead of a scimitar.
Dagger of speed. Okay.
You'll
You said
have
it
to
was a
adjust the
+2,
damage.
right? They're always normally a +2. Okay, yeah.
It's a +2, and you can make one attack with it as a bonus action on each of your turns.
Okay.
All right. So you guys rest up for the night, finish a wonderful meal. You do have a little bit of time to kind of plan your fishing excursion, if you would like to take it.
What are we doing? Like, for real. What's our plan? Are we just going to go out in the water? Are we
Go
just
out
gonna
there
go
and
out
dive for
there?
pearls.
I can cast a spell on myself that should prevent the sharks from attacking me, and I can cast another spell that will make me move much faster.
I have a really dumb idea, which is
Sound like
Magnar. Shut up. Magnar, you have a lot of healing. Sharks are attracted to blood, aren't they? Right? Like we could get some. Either we could use me as bait, or we could get like bait to draw them away.
Ooh, that's a good idea. So,
Very smart.
Addis, you can be bait, and I'll dive for the pearls.
Maybe not Addis, because he will sink.
Well,
You can be bait, and I'll dive for the pearls.
Okay.
I mean, I actually probably would be okay bait. I don't think I could probably stay afloat.
We could tie some rope to you.
That
Stay
in
there.
case I do sink. Yeah.
Yeah. We should try it. We have water right here. We should try it.
Do we want to see how buoyant I am? I'm not entirely sure.
I want to see if you can float. I don't know what buoyant means.
Yep. Yeah. See you later.
All right. So during the night, you kind of walk out into the ocean, and you don't float.
you see Addis like walk into the water, keep walking into the water, and just still his head
Just disappears into the water.
Okay.
What's
that
your
will not work.
Constitution bonus, Addis?
I have a +4.
All right. So you hold your breath for about a minute, and then walk back up
Start
out of the
walking back
water.
Okay, so basically, I
Yeah,
like
be
the
big
idea
guard.
of Goth being bait, Magna healing him. If anybody can give me anything that will let me swim faster, I could.
Oh. I could.
I can. Sorry, is this already the next day from the day we arrived?
This is over the next 2 days as they're
Right.
repairing the boat and
Right.
kind of lowering it down
ju-
to the coast.
Just so you know, until the night before we leave, Restora continues with her green scan and
Okay.
purple hair. But yeah, she'll show you her little friendship bracelet. It says, if you take this with you, it'll be of help, but it won't help you swim per se any faster.
I'll put it on. It's cute. I like it. All right.
Oh, I could give you
Oh, wait a second. Let me check something.
guidance.
Yeah, and I can like stay in the boat and I can chuck spears down, the fishing spears.
Don't hit me with them, please.
I'll try to. I mean, not.
Don't
Yeah.
kill the dragon.
Yes. So
Yeah. Wait a minute.
Restora will explain to because I was just double checking it. Because you use that talisman when you want. It says the wearer fails ability check, they can add D4 to the roll.
Mm-hmm.
So the store will basically take a moment of like explaining to you how it works.
How explain to them how it works?
Yeah,
What is the
Sharing
weird
the strange
blessing
cupcake
that
bracelet.
it allows?
that's right. When you feel like you're on the edge of failure, think about the cupcake and how sweet and yummy it is, and it will save you.
He kind of looks around and just, okay.
Hey, I don't make the rules. The Fae are weird creatures.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say I was gonna make some very judgmental remarks, and I realized I don't really have a leg to stand on here. So yeah, fine. I will put my faith in the cupcake and in God.
Always,
and in Magna.
you should always
put
your faith
in the cupcake.
in the cupcakes.
Always.
Always.
All right.
I will say for us as well, uh, when Ados tries to go to sleep, he's like trying to like forcibly dream. He is trying to like.
All right.
I will dream. I will dream.
Make a
I
wisdom
will
save.
dream.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
Not 20 for a 21.
As you try and dream, focusing, thinking weird entities, strange things, primordial beings, kind of focus. What is the focus of Addis's attempt? What is he saying or calling out with to try and get this entity's attention?
I want to know more. I need to know more. I want knowledge. I need to understand what's happening. There's like a big mystery, and I just need to solve it.
Okay. As you fall asleep, you wake suddenly to a thick, heavily fogged, twisting kind of arched walls that are uneven. The building kind of sits at a slant. Marble pillars, golden light. You see some strange figures. You see a woman made of porcelain with interesting bits of brass and bronze, a mask over her face, covering just around the nose, just under the eyes, sort of in this grand breast sort of clockwork crown, moving pieces on a chessboard. You see a tattooed dark elf counting coins over in a corner and pushing a little ball around as he kind of balances some scales with a few of the coins and moves bits of the coins around into a weird shape. And there's something in the corner of your eye, a large hand along the wall that just creeps in along the side of your vision. You don't want to look. You can hear the crashing of waves. And there's water kind of just moving like ghostly ephemeral liquid in the air. You see black ink spreading around and a crack through what looks like a painting on the wall. What do you do as you look around the room?
Hmm. So, with all of the stories and books and things that Hadas would have read about Bastion and like the mythical cities and things,
Mm-hmm.
would the clockwork like would that trigger it?
You definitely recall the stories of Ishgard. The legend that they could make living beings. And this one seemingly a porcelain marble statuesque beautiful woman moving these chess pieces around.
I think he's going to approach her and like sit at the other side of the table of the chessboard.
You want to play a game?
Um, sure. I can't say I'm any good, but I can try.
It's about how you move the pieces, not about what the pieces want to do. They don't
Okay.
know
Yeah.
what you know, but you can't tell them. Shh. And you hear everyone, all the other figures in the room turn. Shh.
So you're saying I should talk to? Well, I shouldn't talk to the chess pieces.
You move them. And she
Hmm.
moves one forward. And as you look down at the piece, you see it looks like Hadrian, kind of a little carved statuesque one. You move them with other pieces, and you see them slide one that looks like Westora in the way.
I love it.
Those are some really cool. How'd you get these? As I roll them out one of my insight to try and understand. As he's like, these are some. That looks really familiar. Is that
Don't you recognize that
Adrian?
one? She points at one of them. And you see yourself, and you're on the chessboard.
Who's that ugly fucker?
And you look over and see Gilles leering at you right as if he's about to cast a fireball. What do?
Wait, on the chessboard or on the?
You're a chess piece.
Ah,
There's a Gilles chess piece.
I move like a chess piece.
Okay. What chess piece are you?
A rook.
He's a rook, clearly.
All right, so you just
100%
run
rook.
forward, and
Yeah,
as you're
just start
running
charging
forward, like, oh
forward.
no, you see this black inky hole as you just spreading across the chess field, infecting everything, going up, reaching up to Hadrian. You see it burning down, the whole chessboard cracking underneath as you fall through the cracks and pits into this inky blackness. And little eyes start to open up, glowing red, looking around at you. And then the fog creeps in from around, from the hole that you can see just light above. And a beautiful feminine hand reaches out through the fog towards you.
He'll take the hand.
As you take the hand, I need you to make a wisdom save. As it pulls you out, and you can see yourself falling into the water.
That's a 10.
Alright, I have to pull up a little thing. I need you to roll a D100.
Oh boy. 57.
You had to fuck with it. You just had to fuck with it, didn't you?
You've gone
Right.
mad.
It said don't go where you shouldn't go, and you went right fucking there.
It's
Yeah,
Anis.
it's part of being a good explorer, you know. You gotta go.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I ran a horror game at one point, and
As you
I created
fall-
a creepy thing. The players didn't go. It's like, why did I make it?
into the
Somebody needs to go.
into the fog and are pulled and lifted out. You see this beautiful woman. And then the hair parts and her body is twisted and distorted. There are images you can't see, something about like a slug in the shell, horrible tendrils and tentacles and entities, and you get a glimpse of just this little egg, this black field of shadow and an infinite expanse of stars. As the egg cracks, little bits waking up, and you see a gate opening up. You hear Westora's voice, "I offer our futures." And from the egg, as it crack, you see Godric's hand reaching out through a portal as you kind of fall further and further and then splash into the water, drowning. You start to understand. You see all of these strange creatures, weird amalgamations of ideas and concepts, like someone was trying to figure out how to make a bird and a bear and fire and lightning and the moon. Like these things were being shaped like clay and moving across the earth, and you see them being struck down and these starbursts radiating from them. but none of them, you can't seem to get to them through the fog. No matter how much you run, you're almost trapped in this ephemeral realm. And you weep for your brothers and sisters. And look back and see all the anger, all the hatred, all the wrath, all the pride, all the power. Something dark. A concept that had no form like the others. They were beastile, a move, and a natural element. This was an idea. That the more and more people there were, the bigger and bigger it got. And you turn and see the woman's face, and it's your reflection, and your mind breaks as you wake up and cannot see. Roll 1d10.
4.
You are blind for 4 hours as you wake up, babbling incoherently. All of you are woken up that morning by the screams and ramblings. Pick some random words that come out of your mouth, Addis. You can say whatever the hell is some weird babbling thing that comes out.
So I did a chest. Fruit.
As this is happening, I feel like I understand babbling. Wait, have I seen this before?
Fruit.
Have I seen something like this before? I feel like Hadrian understands babbling and
You have
mind
seen
breaking.
people start to go mad. You felt that feeling. And Addis, you have temporary insanity. That and shock makes you blind.
I can
However,
smell it.
you do think you are the smartest, wisest, strongest, fastest, and most beautiful person there is.
This
Is that
has not changed
indefinite,
Addis
or is
whatsoever.
Wait,
This is different before how?
I remember that one. That's an indefinite madness condition, right? That's a permanent one, or
I'm blending the two.
okay, gotcha.
Yeah, once again, Addis already had that one, so he's set.
But yeah, you wake up and you can't see. Whatever you like, the image that you saw was so. You should have never looked, but you had to. And it's good that you did, because you're the smartest, wisest person that there is. So, your eyesight...
I smell fruit.
As he's babbling, we're like, Addis, are you there? Addis, hello?
Mom?
Do you recognize my voice?
Mom, is that you?
Restora will go over and gently touch his shoulder.
I'm going to
Say, Addis, are you okay?
Hi,
And the
Adrian.
name.
How are you?
And you know her name. She is the mother.
Who? Just the Addis or Restor and me? I can't.
This is in Addis's head.
Okay.
Was that with Listora, or was that about the woman?
Addis. I'm saying you, Addis. You know her name. Amigo.
Oh, okay.
And she is the mother. And she knows.
I'm going to just keep shaking Addis and sort of airplane style, Addis, Addis.
I need 5 more minutes. I'm not
Addis.
awake.
Addis, you don't need 5 more minutes. Addis, you've been babbling for the last hour. You don't need 5 more minutes. Addis, wake up.
I don't want to eat vegetables.
Well, tough luck. I'm going to feed him a carrot.
All right. And as you start to come to and realize where you're at, and your vision doesn't come back.
Yeah. Characters are supposed to help your vision, right? But this one's not.
Your sight, you're blinded for 4 hours. Yeah.
Oh,
Addis, are you okay?
Why do I crave fruit so much? What is?
Are you still? I think he's still babbling.
I'm fine. I just he like rubs his eyes.
I'm
he's
up.
I
Like
think
I'm
just
here.
tired.
Like here. Hello.
Yeah, I'm fine, Garth.
What?
Look, Addis, it's okay.
That wasn't Gar.
We look
We'll need
nothing
those-
alike.
We'll need those sharp senses because we're about to go diving after pearls in a shark-infested reef. So
Addis,
look
how many fingers am I holding up?
That's a trick question. You're not holding up any fingers. You can't get me. I'm smarter than you.
Addis, come on, what's wrong?
Is this going to become a bloody daily ritual with us?
I mean, yeah, like I love daily rituals. I
Right,
got
then.
shot on by
As
a
you
bird
cast
yesterday.
Lesser Restoration, Magnar, it has no effect.
Oh no.
Well, that didn't bloody work.
It's fine.
Okay.
I can see
Okay.
perfectly because my vision is the best in the world.
Insight check.
He
Frosty,
believes it. He believes it.
Addis 100% thinks this.
Frosty, I
Yes.
feel like knowing what Hadrian, not knowing, having no idea actually what Hadrian has been through, but because of that, I feel like this kind of babbling and rambling is pretty familiar to him. I'm gonna put my hand on Addis's shoulder and just say, "Hey, sun's getting real low, big guy. It's all right." Like,
Is it
listen,
what time? Wait,
Addis,
we're inside,
Addis,
so I
Addis,
cannot see.
It's very, very late. You can just go to sleep. It's okay.
You're ready.
It's okay.
As you see Jacques come to the door.
We have a bit of a problem. One of us can't see.
Sun's getting real low. Sun's getting real low.
It's a very temporary issue. I can see perfectly. It's
So,
just dark.
Jock, throw something at him.
So, Jacques. what
You
we're
feel
gonna do-
something hit you in the face. Addis.
I'll catch it. Before
Wait,
it hits
would danger sense not trigger technically? Oh no, I'm blinded. So
Yeah.
it wouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will catch it before it hits him, but I will
Make
also
a dex
Addis-
save
You
at disadvantage
is this
because you're trying to move across the room and get in the way and catch the thing.
I said I went right up to him and put my hand on his shoulder. And said,
Fair
"Sun's
point. Fair
getting
point.
real
So
low."
make a dex save. Straight.
Like 12.
Nope. Tomato smacks Addis in the face and just slaps.
See, he cannot see. We need to
But
wait.
No.
Who
He
did
can
that?
see because he wanted fruit and he got hit by a tomato.
That is
Look.
a fruit.
We can't go out in the water with someone who's blind. And it's,
Just put me
I
in
don't
the
even know
boat.
how.
Put me in,
Look,
coach.
we'll go tomorrow. You guys get some rest.
No,
Yeah.
no. We can't wait.
Why?
Why?
Why can't we wait? You're gonna send Addis out in the shark fucking water where he can't see.
I'm not
I'll
going to
do
say
fine.
we're diving.
I know we said we're going to use him as bait,
I'm
but like
the best-
blind bait's
I-
pushing it a bit.
I'm the best swimmer I know. So
I'm going to
we'll be
look
fine.
around for Lena.
You just sink.
I'm going to look around for Lena. Is she still here?
Make a investigation check.
I will use my inspiration. Thank you. 11.
You can't find her. And you notice the skiff is gone.
I'm going to go swimming.
Wait, what?
You assholes. Lena took the boat. We're going now.
How did you know?
Assholes.
Yeah, he
Look around.
like went out and looked, so he's just coming back and saying, "She took the boat."
What?
Skip
Why?
or the boat?
Oh,
How?
yeah.
Because
Why?
she wanted to prove herself, and we're going to get her. And
Well,
But
whose fault
we-
would that be?
I'm
Who's
literally
well, we were-
everyone's, but
Everyone's.
How would that be?
Not
I'm
all of us
sorry,
been
what the
filling
fuck?
their heads with stories of pirates and adventuring.
They're
We
supposed to
need
be
help.
just fun kid stories. All right.
I'm
Is
going
there
to
another
We're not
boat?
blaming-
Athelina?
No, don't get me wrong. We're
Yeah,
not
we got
blaming you,
Og boat,
Jack.
the big one. Why-
No,
she
I'm not
took the
blaming
skiff.
you, Jacques. I'm not blaming you.
Let's let's just end it and get going.
But is the boat ready?
Yes, he says he's got another boat. Let's go.
The big boat.
As you
She's
guys get
taking
down
it.
to the boat, you see Athelina tying the skiff onto the boat.
Well, Addis doesn't see her. So
Addis
is
doesn't
like,
see.
Adelina, we're coming! Like, punches the
Adelina.
water.
What are you doing?
Coming with.
Actually,
You
this is
guys
going to sound.
said you didn't know how to sail and weren't sure what was going on, and I'm a good diver. I can help.
You're not diving. No.
This is going to sound strange, but I'm leaving my pearl that I use for identification behind.
Okay.
You're not diving.
Why not? I'm better at swimming than all of you.
I don't
I will
doubt
take that
that.
back.
That's wrong. I'm better.
Addis, you can't even fucking float.
Addis is like halfway submerged in the water. Like,
I just look at her. Lena, listen. If I go in and I get eaten, then you can prove yourself. But until then, don't dive in.
that's an awful idea. I'm incredibly wise and intelligent, and I know that's really dumb.
Addis, something's different. I don't quite know what. But you could not float yesterday, and I don't think anything's changed that much.
No, I mean but I'm sorry. He just told her that if he gets eaten, she can go in after him. That's such a bad idea.
No, I told her she could go in not to save me, but to prove herself better than me.
That's not.
By that time, what do I do?
It's still not better.
No, I'm
telling her to go dive in.
What do I?
That's horrible.
Hey,
Look,
I can't prevent
If
her.
you're so
I might be
worried
dead.
and none of you can swim, if we work together, we can get the pearls faster.
Yeah, let's work together.
I can help with the boat. And
I can swim very well.
Jean
I'm
kind
good,
of
babe.
goes down to her and is like, look,
Also swim very well.
it's dangerous. The shark's in the water. I can't risk it. I can't be down in that water trying to get the pearls and worried about you. So why don't you stay up on the boat and make sure they don't wreck it? Because that's
I'll
all
keep an eye on her.
She got
Your
crosses
good
on
eye.
his-
I'm really,
Fine.
yeah, I'm a good one.
Goth, I would appreciate it if you also kept an eye on her.
In the boat. No, on bait. I thought that whole thing we
Right,
talked about.
I'm sorry. Westera and Barry, please keep an eye on her.
I will. I'll
What's
stay, in the
it was
boat.
a
I'll
Magnar,
stay in the
right?
boat with her.
Magnar,
Magnar's gonna be in the boat.
Magnar, you go in the water with me. Come on.
I
Yeah,
thought he was
alright.
just gonna go. I thought he was gonna
Yeah?
look over and heal you. No, what?
Magnar, you come with me?
Okay, we have a plan. Let's go.
Well, hang on,
No, you
I'll
wear
go
heavy
where I'm
armor, don't
needed,
you?
but
Go get in the water with me. Come on.
All right.
what?
Magnar, you wear heavy armor.
As you
I
guys
do wear. I do
sail
think-
out.
By the way, just as a detail, Restora had, when in all the madness, you probably didn't notice.
Oh,
By
I
the
noticed
time
you
you get on
changed
the boat.
your.
My light,
Yeah.
my lighting is changed. She's back to her winter form,
All right.
and she is actually going to try and help steer and get the boat to where it needs to go.
All right.
As an FYI, before I dive in, I will be using.
Well,
healing
right
powers,
now,
of course.
you guys are sailing out, so I need everyone who is not proficient with sailing vehicles to make a con save and a dex save.
I'm so upset. In Saturday, I have water vehicle proficiency, and I don't have it now, and I've never used it. I'm so upset.
I just gained it, so
I'm so upset.
have
Con
to roll.
save and a deck save disadvantage.
I got a 21 and a 19.
Oh, did you say disadvantage? Sorry, hang on.
No, just straight.
Just straight.
Oh.
Okay.
18 con save and
16. So that's a 17 con and 16 dex.
19
Right.
dex.
That's 11
Alright.
on the con and 5 on the dex.
So, Magnar, you are poisoned and off balance, as you do not have your sea legs. And I kind of stumbling across the deck of the boat,
Can I
holding
hold
on to
him?
stuff,
Can I hold
retching a few chances that you get. Hadrian, you are doing all right on the boat. Garth, you are as well, and Addis, you're fine as well.
I am the best.
Westora,
boats.
you made yourself proficient, so you've got your
Yes.
sea legs.
So it's actually kind of probably odd. It seems like Wistora, out of nowhere, is walking around as if she's a seasoned sailor.
Yeah. And as you guys make your way out through the ocean waters, Addis, eventually your mind lightens. And like a thick fog, you start to kind of come back to your senses and your vision slowly returns.
I feel like the first thing he sees is that he's been like face to face with Barry this entire time, and he just did not know.
Just Barry's just staring at you, not blinking, trying to beat you in the staring contest.
Oh God!
As you blink, he.
Great job, Barry. You won. Yep, that went easy on you that time.
You notice that the waters start to almost get crystal clear. As you see an old bit of ruin kind of sticking up out of the ocean. Just the sort of top crumbling parts of an old tower of some kind. As the waters get clearer and clearer, and you can see through the nice light of the early morning or mid-morning, the golden rays casting through the sun. You do see the occasional sort of reef shark moving around, schools of fish. Looks like the reef is maybe 60 feet down, maybe 100 at certain depths. The colorful pink and purple and yellow and green bits of coral kind of climbing up and growing. You see fragments of an old ruin, bits of stone kind of grown and overgrown. Statues of a couple fairy-like creatures, long encrusted with barnacles and debris, seaweed drifting to and fro. Eventually, you reach a point not far from the ruin. You're good 100 feet from what little bits, the nearest bits of the tower that kind of stick above the ocean. As you look down to the crystal clear waters and see the various sharks and creatures. Standing on the ship. You look down and you can see several large clamshells.
How far down are they, roughly?
Oysters. Right, oyster shells. Is it clams or? I can't remember. The things that you get the pearls out of.
Clams.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
That's what I
roughly
thought,
how
but
far
for
down
some
are they?
reason my brain was telling me, nope, that's not the right thing.
Frosty, roughly
Yes.
how far down are they?
About 100 feet at this point.
Oh, okay, so as soon as everyone is ready,
Oh wait,
Oh,
hold on.
Wait. Let's double
Let's go
check
over
and
the
make sure everyone
plan.
understands the plan real quick. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm a little. Yeah, go ahead.
I will tie some rope around myself. I'll make a cut in my skin, and I'll jump in.
Yeah, but make sure
Bait.
you're a bit. We'll get a bit away and then cut, because if the sharks come up to the boat,
Right.
they might.
Well, if they come to the boat, we can all hit them.
right? So everyone stays in the boat and hits the sharks. I will pop all the spells I can
Okay, that's fair.
and be very fast in getting to these three here. So I will go for the furthest one first, I think, actually, and then get them step by step.
And yeah, Jacques is kind of tossing the anchor down.
Magno, you're looking pretty ill. Do you want to maybe try and stay on the boat and heal?
Yeah, I'm staying.
So Frosty, as an
Yeah.
FYI, like I said, I will before I jump in, I will activate my Peerless Athlete, and then I will use Expeditious Retreat and Sanctuary.
Well, as soon as you cast Peerless Athlete, we'll have to go to initiative. Because it lasts for only a certain amount of time, I believe.
It lasts for 10 minutes.
Oh,
so
okay.
I feel like that one's
Yeah,
both
that
and
one's fun.
Expeditious Retreat. So as soon as I cast Sanctuary, we need to go through initiative. Expeditious Retreat and Peerless Athlete are both 10-minute durations. So
Is Expeditious Retreat concentration?
It is, but Sanctuary is not, and
Okay.
neither is Peerless Athlete. So
All
I
right.
did check this, yes.
Yep, so as you cast Sanctuary and dive in.
Oh,
Whoa, hang on.
hold on.
Okay.
I've got to get in as well. I'll tie some rope around myself, and I'll tie it. What can I tie this to, Jock? Something sturdy.
Tie it at us.
Some,
Yeah,
You tie it to
Yeah,
the
that's me.
mast.
okay.
Oh, it would take it to me. Oh,
Or to
And
one
I
of the riggings along the side of the boat.
I will make a little cut in my arm, a couple cuts in my arm with my
Okay.
with a knife or something. But taking damage for that. I just want to draw a
You'd
little
need to
blood.
take at least 1 point of damage. The more damage
Okay.
you do, the more attention you'll draw. You can
I'll
choose
do-
how bad of a cut.
I'll do 5 points of damage.
All right, so really nasty cut
Mm,
across the arm.
yeah.
Even getting the second arm, right? Getting a nice cut onto the second arm as you dive in.
Sorry.
well, I
And
assume we also brought some like harpoons and things, right?
yes,
And
which you guys can all figure out in the midweek because we're going to call it here as we go to initiative at the beginning of next session.
Oh shit.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining us and watching. And
Yeah,
hopefully
20 bitches.
we'll
Sorry.
see you next
Thank you, Frosty. Another great session.
Yeah, thank you, everyone. It's
Thanks,
Yeah.
everyone watching. Thank you to our viewers. And remember, you can always check out past episodes on YouTube at Andromeda Adventures. We're still working on getting all the links sorted out. But we hope to see you next week. And leave us a comment, say hi, and like, share, follow, because we love having you here with us.